hit stream. I hit record.
Tell me when.
I'm supposed to see it over here.
Uh-oh.
It says waiting. There we go.
Here we go.
There we go.
Can we hear it? I don't hear anything. All right.
Bam, buddy.
Every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own hidden.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it lamb's bread, and some people call it ganja.
Welcome to another edition, I should say, of the Adam Dunn Show. Jesus.
Yes.
Look how gray I look today. I'm grayer than gray.
No, look at me. You can't even see him.
Oh, my God. Welcome back. We're back in Colorado, and we are back at Area 420.
You didn't tell everybody who you are. There could be a new listener.
I'm Adam Dunn.
I'm Dave Charnick.
I'm still Adam Dunn. I'm your host, though.
We went to New York.
We did.
It was
we
fun.
survived. Look at I'm stabbing and dabbing. But now I feel all awkward because I know who's on the
Yeah, I feel real. I didn't even want to look.
Thanks, Rosin, for
I'm not even. I'm just gonna hold my hand right here so I can't see.
So we came down for harvest here at Area 420 because I had to, because you know how it is. You miss the window of opportunity, and you're fucked.
They claim to have weed here, but I haven't seen. I mean, Brainstrap did bring us some, which I don't want to smoke right now because I want it to cure.
Shout out to Brainstrap with the purple.
But it's like we've been coming down here
Purple
for
punch.
a year, I want to say, and even Dave's an albino today.
It actually smells a little bit like blueberry cereal. It's kind of funny. Like I'm getting that. You smell that? You remember blueberries? Total blueberries.
Oh,
holy shit! You mean you have to change the name of that to blueberry?
Strap, you got to change the name.
It's full on blueberry.
Yeah, this blueberry.
Full
What?
on,
I don't know
not
what
right
you're
away.
doing. You're
In a
making
little
like
bit, in a bit.
signals, like you want me to storm the castle.
I'm gonna hit the Revel.
Yeah.
Send me a link.
Yeah.
Because they're tearing down. They'll be closed shop at 6.
Oh,
okay. Do
great.
that. Go do that.
Yeah, go do you. You know, you do it.
We
There's
did not-
no weed here.
We didn't switch chairs.
No, we do. Every time we come, where this is where I sit here.
And,
but
you get big. Look how big Dave. Oh my God, Dave, you're huge.
yeah, why do you do
Dave,
that? You
why'd
did it
get
to
so-
me again, man.
why'd you
You're
get so
making me look
big?
fucking so huge, Vinny. What was the point of that?
Vinny, why?
I'm trying to. You're making me self. That's gonna make me worse. Now they're gonna see the folds.
Now they see the back of the TV and how dirty it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
damn.
my God.
Wow. You know, did we want to come that way? I mean, how about that camera when I don't look like a fucking rhinoceros?
Oh my
And
God.
wait, let's turn this light down. That's just blindingly.
You got a lot-
Mark, don't ever
lot of
leave us
issues,
again.
A lot of issues over here.
Oh, are you kidding me? After spending the weekend with me, you don't realize how many issues I have?
This guy.
I can't believe. I think Keith the bro, if he ever hangs out with me again, he might not want to. I'm just saying.
Well, that didn't help at all. You're just twice as big.
Yeah. What?
It's okay though. It's fine.
No,
Good.
it's not fine.
It is fine. It
No,
is fine.
I'm going to get all self-conscious. I'm going to go on another diet. No, just
you can't do
shit
It
can
doesn't
that
matter.
camera.
It doesn't matter because it's all about the perspective of him being closer to the
Yeah, we need that camera on us.
camera. Oh my God.
Turn that one on. Forget.
Dave, how about Dave? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Oh,
How about that?
the story of my life.
Because now you got the back of the TV, which is not a good look. It's like dirty TV look. Come on.
Sorry, my life is so much more bitching than yours, you know?
All right,
Back to the same
that can
shot.
work.
Back to the same shot.
That can work.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so we will also have. I'm gonna have to hit him up to make sure he's showing up. We're gonna have Brainstrap's gonna do a tour right now. He's going over to where they're doing all the trimming and show us mountains of weed, tons of work, make you all feel like, wow, I'm glad I'm not doing all that work, because that's basically what trimming's all about. Trimming is like you're excited until you do it, and then once you do it, you're like, I am not excited about this at all. You do anything to not do it, like you push hard. Look at that. I'm bigger than you,
that it?
and I have a sideways old man look now with the glasses.
Yeah,
See,
you do.
can't get it right no matter what. Can't get it right. So
Dave is
okay, so we need to
albino
figure
as
out
ever.
so we have uncut bush and we have trimmed bush.
Well, they make a full bush then.
We're in full bush mode.
No, it would be half bush, right?
Full and half.
No, trimmed. No,
Anyway.
wait. Actually, they're both fine. Both. Who's uncut bush?
Where's the Brazilian? We need Brazilian
Oh.
bush. Brazilian bush would be cool.
Yeah.
That's another one.
I like that one. So I think the topic of the pre-show banter should be, how fucked up is the New York cannabis scene, and how desperately do they need regulation right now? Because we had strangers approach us because we were smoking, and they were like,
"We smoked."
Oh, well, a few joints. I actually walked past a cop. So did Adam.
Here's the best. So Dave, the whole time, like, so when we first got there, I was like, we're going to go smoke in front of a cop, right? And then Dave's like, no, you can't. I'm like, I've been told by multiple people that it's cool. You can do it. Shout out to Happy Monkey.
Yeah, but
and he's like, yeah, you can do that. So anyway, Dave's all self-conscious, you know. And
no, my analogy was, what if they told you that all lions were now vegetarian?
Cool.
Would you be the first person that wants to walk over and hang out with a lion?
So the best part was that when we got to the city after, because when we did the show, we hadn't been down to the city yet. So this is all
right.
Post-show shit. So we get down there. Dave's all excited. Of course, you know, the first thing we're going to do, get off the train, start smoking. And you still have that mode, though. You're still looking for the cops, and you're still thinking about it. Yeah. And in New York right now, there's a cop literally on every single street. Like, there's a cop car at least parked. It might not be a cop in it, but there's a cop car on every single street. And so back in the day, you'd have to, like, really go hike for a while till you found somewhere. And now it's like the opposite. Now it's like, oh, guess we smoke here. Start walking. And it's actually kind of full circle, right? Because back in the day, the only way you could smoke in New York is if you were walking. Like, you could keep
had to be moving.
If you were stopped, you were going to get in trouble. But if you kept moving around, you might, get away with it. So now you could do either or. I saw people smoking hookahs on the street, like a whole group of people. They had the hookah out, and they were getting down with it. And I was just like, wow, You're not wrong, man. It is a new change. It's truly a New York. It's a new New York.
It is a smoky New York. But there
wasn't that much good weed I could smell, though. That's one thing. I didn't smell a lot.
You say good weed. Are we sure it was weed? I mean, it was something, but that was the thing. How do you know? Even in the stores, they claim they have like converted Mr. Softy trucks that just somebody's sitting there. And you walk up, they'll sell you whatever you want, but I have no idea.
Dave went up to this thing, and he asked the girl, he goes, "Has this got THC in it?" And I don't think you could have had a more uninterested looking person at that point. She was just like, yeah.
Yeah, you want to smoke some?
And it was like, there's not, because it's all a bunch of bullshit. And even, it was funny because there was one time when I could see all of the jars. Oh my God, dude. Not only was it CBD, but it was brown and nasty. All right, this angle sucks too. We need a better angle. Don't worry about how fat he is. Just get a good angle so we can see.
We don't care.
There we go. See our face.
But we did meet someone who it was I'm thinking it was real weed, but he was not part of the.
Oh, he's Smokey. Shout out to Smokey.
Shout out to Smokey if you're watching.
Maybe because we told him as much as we could about the show because we had 0 stickers or cards on.
I have the picture of his stash if you want to put it up, Vinny. I'll find it and send it to you. But he had all this packaging.
He had every knockoff.
What was knockoff? It just said Cheetos. It was a Cheetos package.
But it said
right in the corner.
THC.
It had the little California the weed thing, and it said 500 milligrams.
Yeah.
It
was a straight up just janked the fucking. There was no attempt to try to make it like cooler or funny or anything. It was just like, we'll put a weed thing in the corner and we're good to go. And but no, Smokey was cool. We asked him. Dave was doing some journalistic work. Dave wanted us to go out and do all sorts of like interviews with these people. I was just like, yeah, maybe next time. But in general, we had the guy was pretty cool. Smokey said that that cops come up to him and they just go like, "Oh, Skittles, that's a new one.
That's funny.
That's a new one." So
he said as long as he was nice to them and he wasn't like, "Fuck you, man! You can't do anything to me. It's legal now."
Or what is it? Because I'm black. That was
right. That's as long as you don't throw that down.
Don't pull that.
You're fine. And he obviously was, because he was relaxed and calm and the consummate businessman, because these 4 women walked up and they were like, is that Skittles? And he's like, yeah.
No, he had the funny thing was he had his whole sales pitch was that he had those. Where are they from? Japan or something like that?
Oh, that one package that were those you couldn't buy because they were really just candy.
Yeah, everything else. So he had one Japanese Skittles that was like to throw everybody off, and they were like, "Oh, I want to buy those." He's like, "No,
you don't want that one.
You don't want that. Everything else is good." But it was interesting because we had already heard from other people like, "Oh, dude, they just set up on the street," and we were like, and so Smokey was our cherry.
He was great. He was great. He gave us the whole lowdown, and he was the first person to say, "There's no fucking way that the people that are selling weed openly out of the Mr. Softy trucks are selling anything that can get him in trouble." They're just complete rip-off artists.
And I heard that the company that is doing, like one of that Weed World company that had all the vans,
Right,
already bought a building in New York.
Oh God!
So that means people are buying that. So if you're in New York and you see these vans everywhere, realize there's no real THC in any of those. It's all bullshit.
But they have to be, because we saw their Weed World on Times Square they had a corner, a ground floor corner wraparound. It has to be the most expensive real estate on the planet Earth right now. Or maybe it's cheap because of COVID, but they opened up. People are spending money on it. We don't know what it is. I'm going to be that guy. We need like testing labs. You need something the same way the kids can test their rave drugs. You know, I want, maybe next time we go back.
Drugs.
Yeah, you like to make sure it's not fentanyl.
Jeez, how old do you sound?
Well,
you kids and your rave drugs.
Goddamn
raving drug kids.
I want to say MDMA, but I don't know what it is. And
Dude, what happened to your shit? Like you turned into nothing.
Uh-oh.
Did you see that? It was like a ghost.
I don't know. We can't respond to any of your chats right now because we're not seeing it. We got technical difficulties because Mark isn't here and it's Vinny running it. No.
Yeah, it's just Ras and Dogs.
No,
anyway.
it's just Rosendogs and the Bushes.
It's the Bush brothers.
Oh, see, it happened again. Something's up. You're gonna have to stay. It's just doesn't matter. It's just distracting.
Are you hosting the show or are you a technical guy?
I'm a douche.
Going way technical. You know everything, and this is.
I know.
This is a precision run show with absolutely zero latency. We don't have any. So you're fucking it up.
I'm the boss. I need the info. Actually, there was somebody was commenting earlier before we got on that that's what they really liked about the show, that it's totally legit because it's not this overly produced, every question is scripted. We're two guys talking about an industry we love, and we can fuck up all the time.
So I did I was on another podcast.
Oh, which one?
PodCon X, it's called. And
I don't know.
It's basically it's called Podcasters. The whole network is called PodCon X, actually, but it's Podcasters.
Wait, you were on a show without me?
Yeah. And I talked about you, as much as I could about you in terrible ways.
Oh, no.
And then I basically said,
I need a tissue, Vinny.
Because he said, I love how your show's like, it's kind of like Howard Stern, right? And I was like, yeah, it's like you got to have a punching bag in the show. And that's Dave, obviously.
We got compared to Howard Stern?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's the greatest compliment ever.
There you go.
Oh, who is that guy that said Oh, it's Mark? What the fuck?
Why is he watching the show? He doesn't watch the show. Like now you're watching the show? When you're here, you don't watch the show. Jesus, I can't believe it. Aren't you on holiday? Aren't you supposed to be like...
Wait, you said you wanted to go hang out with Bonnie tonight.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Sorry, my life is so much more bitching than yours. You know?
See? And that's Vinny.
Hey, Mark, did you hear that? That was a sample.
Vinny did it.
That was a sample. Vinny did it.
It's
like Simpsons did it, but Vinny
I'm
did it.
all heart, motherfucker.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, sir. Vinny's been practicing. That's what I love to hear. I love to hear that he's actually been practicing for this gig.
I heard Mark actually helped him out. He had him run the board for Sofa Bab one night.
That'll work.
With all the callers that were coming in there.
So
sausage.
It was great to see Tony Baloney also.
Oh, how about that, guys?
You should. And his weed was fantastic.
Fantastic. You need to watch the part of the show where, I don't know, we were 2 hours into it.
Maybe not.
And there's a sort of he just has a guy sitting there the whole show. But he showed up right after we started. Couldn't hear a word he was saying. And I said, so where's Tony Baloney? And he just goes like this.
Man.
And that was
what was that shit, man?
So, yeah, shout out to Tony Baloney, man. Thank you so much for making that drive. And your weed really was fantastic, man. I finished it this morning.
It was good. It was awesome.
I really enjoyed it. And Rosendogs, thank you so much for your hospitality. And Mrs. Rosendogs. And, oh, come on. We need a divider or something here. Wow. Now that I know what that is, I don't want to see it. You can't unlearn that. No, but you have the sweetest wife, Rosin. Really, really sweet person.
Obviously, dealing with Rosin,
right?
You know she's got to be. But yeah, it was cool to come up. It was cool to go check that out. Check out the crew over there. Nice group of guys. We're gonna be back out there sooner than later.
And he's moving locations right now, so congrats on the move.
Well, when they have their opening, we'll go do that. How's that? Rosin Dogs.
Ooh.
When you have your opening. You're flying us out first class.
Oh, ooh.
Foist.
Are you trying to make the Southwest joke that everybody's first class on Southwest?
I wasn't, but it sounds about right.
That's what they say.
So there you go. Southwest, please.
Yep. Okay. No, come on. First class. We got to fly United or something like that.
Kick it up a notch, please.
Frontier.
So
whoa. You don't say the F word on the show, Vinny.
Kick it up a notch?
No, not Frontier Airlines.
I didn't say Frontier. You said
Vinny
Frontier.
did.
Vinny. The F word?
He snuck the Frontier in.
Oh, my God. Actually, I can give them. It's funny. The one time I went on a Frontier flight. Not a few times I had to, but the first time I was so in shock that the seats didn't go back, and that was the beginning of the end of the idea of even seats going back. Now it's just normal. Now you're like, oh my God, the seats go back. Bonus! Like this is it. This is worth an extra $300.
You recline your seat on a plane?
Fuck yeah, every time.
Dude, that's the biggest douche maneuver, man.
I don't give a shit. I pay for it. I'm reclining.
Dude, in fact, I make it a point to always sit right behind the exit row that can't recline. You know? No. I'm not.
What happens when you can't, like Frontier? Then you're stuck.
Frontier used to be a hell of an airline before that merger.
Be able to do it again.
Don't the seats remind you of like the seats from like a high school lunchroom? Like those plastic ones that are just, that's what when I saw that, when I got them, that was the last time I ever flew on Frontier. However,
and how does that relate to the Grateful Dead? There you go.
Well, there was one time when I went out to see the Grateful Dead at Deer Creek.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I flew Frontier.
Right.
It was a great flight. I met a flight attendant on there that I was friends with for a long time. She was great. Shout out to Sarah. Hi. If you're listening, I doubt you are. I haven't seen her in 11 years, but, hey.
So, let's see.
More than that.
Did we...
14 years.
So we got a link to... Because you only got as a half an hour now, so...
What do we have?
6 o'clock, they're shutting down the trimming zone, so we have to...
Oh, yeah.
He's calling in from...
Hold on.
Don't you get what you don't even know what's going on, do you?
You know what? I'm realizing that I need to pay more attention to sort of the journalistic part of the show and do a little backstory and find out why there are all these fucking flies out here right now. I thought they were supposed to die a month and a half ago, but I think they keep them alive because it's all the weed. I mean, there are so many fucking flies here right now. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's not as bad as at my house was worse because I had like strategic flies. I just knew where your nose was, and that's all they would land on. I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? The mic, they land on the mic or my nose the entire show.
Yeah, no, we don't want. Oh, when you were doing the other podcast with the other show?
When I had COVID and I was.
Oh, COVID. There was interesting though that there were like every half a block they had red COVID testing, rapid testing all over New York, and then you can eat outside again now. Because they reopened everything, so we ate in some good restaurants outside in the fresh air.
Yeah, I got shut down. I wasn't allowed to go to. I was getting shut down left and right. I almost got shut down at your spot. Even at your spot at the end.
With it,
almost. She was a little more persistent. You even said Amore Pizza once. What the fuck?
I was waiting to get to it. Shout out to Amore Pizza. If anybody is in Flushing right now, you want to head over to Amore. It's as good as it ever was. I got to see Sal. Got to see all my old friends. Got to see Manny.
Big Red or just Red?
Well, no, I was Little Red.
Little Red.
For forever, and then it became just Red.
Just Red.
Yeah.
So there you go. Say Red sent you.
Yeah, no, you just
And
say
you'll pay double,
they
just
know
like when
who
you
I.
say Dave on this show.
They've smoked my weed. They're just fine. They know who I am. But seriously, fantastic pizza if you're ever flying into LaGuardia. But I will say, shout out to Rosin Dogs again. It was great doing the show at your place, even though I threw my back out, and today's the first day it's feeling better. Looking forward to being out in New York again. I would really like to see how they resolve they need to act like really quick and get the home grows set up. I think right tomorrow, or is it today, October 1st?
It is.
So today, if you're a medical patient in New York, you can plant your garden, or technically your garden. Yeah, that's what Rosin told us.
Wow, that's a big day.
That's huge.
Congratulations to all those people who are putting plants in the ground in New York.
Oh yes, and it's interesting how you put the seedling in, and the second day it's this
already
tall.
4 feet tall.
Yeah, I know, right? How that happens?
Amazing.
It's the New York climate. I think it's the soil out there.
It's the water.
But if you're
in the water.
if you're in the cannabis community and you're listening to this show and you live in New York, just know that there are muggles out there that need some information on how to find access to good cannabis. That was the big thing. That was my big takeaway, is that when people come to New York, if they're not in the community and they didn't bring weed with them, it
is definitely a bring your own weed situation right now.
You can't trust anything there right now. So it's time to really open up distribution out there. People need to start talking to people, going to Saturday markets. We have it on good authority.
I think it's going to be, I can imagine, because of the way it was when we were there, how chill everybody was. There could easily be a farmer's market in Brooklyn every Saturday that people would know to go down and score bud. So if you're in Brooklyn and you want to start a farmer's market,
do that, please.
Do that, because I think I think you'd have no problem.
That's a great idea, and tell us, because we'll get it out there for people so that they can go down.
You know, it would be perfect too. Is those like you get those like fenced in kind of gardens that you see sometimes. Like there was one, and a perfect one around the corner from the spot up on Bedford and First, but it was like you get those kind of like community gardens that are already there. You get one guy at the door, make sure check everybody as they're coming and going.
Swiggity
Schwoo, and you're in there.
There you go.
Did I just see some things popping up on the screen, Vinny?
What was that?
What's going on?
Erase that.
What?
What is that?
It's a code.
That's a big ass.
What
code.
are you doing with that one?
Wowzers!
Jeez.
Wowzers. Somebody could have
look at
scored
that.
that.
Did you do that, Vinny?
Nope.
No. See, we've been hacked. Vinny,
that was
we've
me.
been
That
hacked.
was
Oh,
me.
is
Sorry.
that Bonsai Woodwork? So we had him on the
shout
show.
out to Bonsai Woodwork.
Thank you.
Yes.
I
Have you? The thing fit perfect in my house because I put it on the table. It kind of blends into the wood of the table. It's the same color, so it looks like I have some addition on the corner.
Oh, it's so funny. I took it out of my bag, and up again, I have a dresser. It kind of like just leaned up against the dresser and vanished.
That's what it is.
And
It
for a
vanished into
week,
it
it was gone. And this morning, I'm sitting there going, "Where the fuck did that tray go? That's so cool. I'd like to." Holy shit! It looked like that scene with Steve Martin when he was doing when he played the new Inspector Clouseau, when they had the outfits against the wall and they kept turning around, blending in. What's going on?
Is this kicking in?
I don't know what Vinny did. Vinny, the mushrooms are kicking in.
No,
what happened?
Is this brain strap?
I was trying to be.
Trying to be.
Maybe it's Zoom.
Let's face
You
it.
pasted the Zoom thing.
Now you're joining.
So Brainstrap is at where is?
We can only see this.
Why don't we have Uncle Andy
Only
on
when
then?
I can. Only
He's
you and I
here.
can see this.
And he's avoided the camera for
why- yeah.
years.
What's his email?
What's his email?
Brainstrap at
What's Brainstrap?
Strappity Strap.
Stribbity strap at brainstrap. Strap.
.strap.net. Hold on, let me look and see if I have it.
Wow.
So
You don't know?
anyway, here. Can you take a picture of that and just give it to him?
I have no idea what it is.
Andy, he's not listening to this.
So, see, I can't put I would love for them to see the Skittles and so Fruit Loops, Cheetos, Starburst gummies, Skittles. Adam in front of CBD Kratom.
That picture too, but no, it's pretty. It was good. It was a good trip all around.
All right, wait. Here's Strap.
Here's strap.
Here, Vinny, I'm sending you his email. It's strippity strap a lot at mcstrapness.com.
I'm the boss.
I need the info. Here it is. And for whoever was talking about how, just authentic we are, perfect example.
Yeah, have no idea what we're fucking doing. Show number 2000, have zero idea what we're fucking doing.
Hey, look, how about this? Shout out to Terp Wipes. We took you to New York with us, and you proved that you could clean up even Adam's dab spills in New York at hotel rooms.
Oh, speaking of hotels.
The Millennium Hotel.
Oh, shout out to Millennium.
Shout out to the Millennium Hotel, one of the last in New York. That ready? Drum roll, Vinny. Adam has something to say.
No, there was two things. It was first of all,
what do they have though?
Windows.
The windows open.
Yeah, the windows. Hey,
Hey.
windows open. You can't. But no, the best part was as we walked in, I was like, oh, fucking the windows open. Score, right? I turn around to go disable the fucking the smoke alarm. It's already disabled.
Yep. There's a bag
It's
on
been
it.
pre-disabled. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Vinny, can you post photos? Because I can send you that photo too. I sent you
Yeah, you probably don't want to do that. Let's get one thing at a time.
one thing.
Let's have one, not know what we're doing at a time. But no, that was a bonus right there. I was like, holy shit. But it did tell you that the cleaning staff kind of sucked because they obviously didn't see that. And so you're like, okay, you got to keep an eye.
Didn't even know to look.
Or maybe they knew we were coming and they just were like, could you go up to room 3055 and
cover the smoke alarm with a plastic bag? I mean, we didn't even have to use the shower cap that I brought.
I know.
I keep one now in my Carta little bag just in case. I figure.
Look at that nugget he just threw out there. Right? Nugget! Shower cap and Carta thing? No. Don't even say that.
Oh,
It was hardly a nugget, but no. So that was dope, and
the whole trip was eye-opening as to what will happen now.
when you're a New Yorker going back to New York, seeing New York in that light, realizing that that's all it fucking takes is let people smoke weed, and it's chill as fuck. I mean,
my buddy tried to tell me.
A lot less stressy.
He goes, the cops aren't doing anything right now, man. If there's a crime, all they're going to do is take the report. And the whole time we were there, I didn't see anything that warranted the cops doing anything to anybody other than just stand there.
Smoking crack right in front of them.
Yeah.
Squatting down with their back to them, smoking crack. And they were just shaking their head. They were looking at her. They were watching her. What the fuck? Well, no, what are we going to do about that? I don't know. Nothing. So.
Well, there's a backstory going on in New York between the mayor's office and the police, and I don't think they like the mayor's office that much right now. So they're probably doing everything they can to slow shit down. What?
Hold on, buddy.
What happened?
Are we in?
Are we there?
Almost.
Uh-oh. Wait, are we standing by?
Wow.
You had to inform us to stand by?
Yeah,
Okay.
Where's he at?
I don't know. Brain strap.
Wait for a second.
He was there.
Wait for it.
He's coming. Hold on. Ooh.
Go.
I can hear you.
Hold on.
Well, I don't really know your whole lingo. This would be this is home base. How copy? Copy how?
Can they see it? No.
Are we seeing it, Vinny?
No, almost. Hold on.
We're not seeing you yet
Hold on,
there.
buddy.
Tell him. Hold on.
No, he can't.
Can you hear us? No.
No. There we go. Make him bigger, though, Vinny.
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
Mark, we need you.
No, you
No, we
don't.
don't.
All right.
He's there.
We see you.
Hold on. I just got to move him up a little bit.
Can you make him big and us small?
Yeah.
If you could do that in real life, holy moly.
Do it. Go, Vinny.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Strap, turn your phone this way.
Turn your phone sideways, Strap. You know
Turn your phone sideways.
sideways, please.
Turn your phone sideways so we can actually see more.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah. Takes a while to turn that thing sideways. There we go.
Nice.
Ooh.
Cool.
Very
you gimbaled us up. Shout out to Aaron. Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh. Yeah. This is,
Yeah, we're good.
yeah,
We're
totally.
good.
Yeah, it's all good.
We're loving this. We can't see the chat room right now.
Try to get out of the shadow if you can. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that right there, right there. You got it good. You got it good. Of course.
Wait, they're saying they can't hear Brainstrap on the YouTube.
No, but I mean, they can't hear anybody or not.
Hold on a sec.
It's always one person, and then you're like, oh,
This should be
their
fine.
volume wasn't on. We can hear you on this side.
Yeah, we hear him, so we're going to just
So
go.
it's going through.
Somebody in the chat room tell us if you can't hear Mr. Strappy
I was
Strappiness.
saying it, so.
Yeah.
Right now, it's thumbs up.
Chat can't hear him.
Chat can't hear.
We got no audio from the farm.
I'm hearing
Mark.
it. I'm hearing it.
Mark, we need you in the bullpen.
No. See if they hear it now.
Is everyone enjoying Vinny's last show?
So we can also relay the strain
Yeah.
and stuff. So what strain was that again? One more time, and
Tell
then I'll
us.
relay it because they. Holy Moto. Crossed with crunk juice. At Free World Genetics from Boulder.
Feminized seeds.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, I'm just relaying because they can't hear you on YouTube, so I'm relaying the stuff. So I'm relaying it now. Okay, the details, the fine details. So 2 to 8 pounds per plant on wet weight right now is what you're kind of averaging. Yeah, of course. Yeah, right. So 2 to 8 per plant, but that's whole plant, obviously. So there's going to be, trimming and stems, etc. So. Right, so 1.5 pounds for the large ones, but you have packed quite a lot of plants.
It's 3,000 plants,
Yeah,
man.
so
That's fantastic.
numbers-
That's
numbers-
more than a metric ton.
Yeah, numbers make sense. Make it
Yeah.
3,200.
That's awesome. Congrats, man. Congrats. And think about that. That's one farm out here at Area 420. So there's like 56 right now.
Lose video again? All right, hold on.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Funky sour.
Funky sour
Grape.
Medina. I mean grape.
We lost video.
We lost your video. It's all right, man.
It's back.
Oh, now
now
that's
it looks-
pretty.
That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so this is a nice visual of, and you got to remember there's many more acres out here.
Wow. That's all fem.
Uh-huh.
God damn. Look at that.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Slow down there, Strappy McStraptor.
Yeah, Strappy McStraptor. You got to go slower, but it looks good. I mean, that's,
slow pan.
You can see
Slow pan.
There you get like
This
the,
is porn.
the fluorescent of the plant with the energy.
Oh, yeah. That's a great shot right there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Hold right there. Hold right there.
Hold it.
Wow.
So,
What about the strains in there?
what about? So, did you? We got the last row that he was talking about. Do you know any of the other strains that are in there, or how many strains total?
Repeat.
Okay. All right, let me repeat. So I'm going to try to repeat that a little bit. But so it's orange. Everything crossed into orange is crossed into orange sickle, and crunk juice, or orange creamsicle and crunk juice. And so those are male, and you reverse those, or you reverse those plants, or you how'd you get the? Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yep, female pollen dog.
When is that coming down?
It looked good. I mean, it looks amazingly consistent. Yeah, this is the scary part right now. Yeah, exactly.
All right, clip a bud off and bring it back, and we'll put it on camera in here.
Yeah.
Adam said he would come down and trim for you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely unfortunate if you had like the perfect situation. You know, it would be great to be able to take time and do it right. But I mean, once you get into these time constraint plus weather, and you know, it's like it's just amazing how quickly things change in Colorado, right? It's like it's definitely not a grad. We don't really have a fall. It's just kind of like there you go. It goes from summer to winter, and he's kind of like.
So they still can't hear you guys. So
How do you know it hasn't?
no, I just got another text from saying they can't hear.
Okay, so that's why I'm trying to repeat.
Yeah.
See how it's working? You see how that goes?
No, we're having a conversation with him.
I know.
It's just weird that he's in the board and we can't get it out to the.
I don't know. Yeah.
Good weather. Good genetics.
Okay. All right. So now we're gonna go check out the actual trimming. So and you know what? It's so loud that none of us are gonna be able to hear anything. So
The plants look
we're
amazing.
joining you.
Look at those.
It looks great. Consistent. You know, there's definitely considering it's 11 different crosses. I mean, it looked very, very.
Absolutely. The height is amazing. Oh, he's taking one down.
Look at that. Live.
Look at that. Live harvest.
No, he's not.
Oh.
Just simulated. That was
It's a simulated harvest. So anybody in the chat room, tell us, can you hear the guys ever on a...
And we can't see it because it's not onto the thing.
I know.
It's okay. We don't matter now. So you got your scale, weigh it in, weigh it out. You guys know that that's all serious work. Once you've seen that, you're like, been there, done that. So the guys are taking it off, bucking it off into individual buds, and then definitely manhandling, just whipping it, whipsaws. They're whipsawing it.
Let's get a hairnet on that guy with the beard.
Look at that. I've learned a lot. I just didn't think it include lip reading. Perfect. Well, you are learning right now live. So
come on, you guys, you really need play-by-play? You know what's going on here. This is the harvest.
Okay, disgruntled vet, we can't hear them either, so don't worry.
Yeah, we don't hear them right now.
Right now, you don't want to hear these trimmers going off anyway. It's too loud.
Too loud.
They're metered their thing.
Their phone is just muting it.
No, I think it's just too super. I don't know. Anyway, those are T4s, and they got them in line. Just doing them one into the next. Those are twisters. Actually, Twister wanted to come on the show, so this would have been the perfect episode. We could have had him on.
That would have been interesting having. Oh, look at that!
And look, 80, just like the other Tom's Tumble Trimmer of last week.
Right.
You get like 85%. So final inspection. Got to have a bunch of hippies there for final inspection. Hippie inspection is important.
Very important.
Then they've got their trim zone over there. Dumping all the got to log everything. See, that's the hardest part now. It's like trimming's bad enough, but logging
way in, way out. Logging
it in is the worst part, man. I'd rather be trimming than logging in shit. That's like pain in the ass. But they got trim camp going on.
Yeah, you should just narrate. Don't even wait for them to talk because it confuses everybody out there. Look at that. Weighing in, weighing out for metric. Should be available in about a week. Look for it on.
I think it'll take a little longer than that.
A little longer than that. What is that wholesale Leaf Link here in Colorado right now? They're going into the hand dry room. That's Mark's favorite. Hang dry. I said hand dry.
Hand dry.
Those look like crab pots or shrimp pots. I always love those things.
The thing I hate was that the buds always stick to them. What 50 to 60?
What's the humidity in there?
He just said it.
50 to 60. I thought he was talking temperature.
No, or maybe you're talking temperature too. I don't know. What were you talking? Humidity or temperature?
What's the humidity and temperature in that dry room there? They 50. Can't hear us again. It's all right.
Anyway, 50 to 60, I think, was the humidity, probably.
Okay.
Because
it's all right.
It's kind of funny because it ends up 55 is like a magic number for both humidity and the temperature. In the sense of like
55.
Yeah, I mean for cold storage. Nice. Sound was a bit fucked up for us on our side, but that's okay. We expected that. So now where are we going?
We're going to go inside a room. Finished room maybe.
Barrels. Many more to come.
Yeah, but they can't hear you, so we're going to talk over you while you talk so that it's not some delay-ish for them. Look at that. That is an amazing calendar on the wall, man.
You guys in your calendar.
Look at that.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, bring that whole thing over here.
We need to inspect it.
Yeah, we need to inspect it. Vinny wants to roll around in it naked.
Final inspection.
Yeah.
Nice. No, look, I mean,
grab
much more to come. You guys are going to be overwhelmed in the next couple of weeks, huh?
That's amazing. Good job.
So how many days from how many days till it got put into those barrels? Approximate. Can't hear me. Hey there.
That's Aaron's wife, Sarah.
Doing all the real work. Yeah.
All the real work. That's entering it into the computer system so that it's legal. Why don't you do
Sounds good. Once again.
Come back to the studio.
Man on the street. Man on the street.
Where's Uncle Andy? Let's get Andy in here.
He's right there.
Oh, I can't. He's standing behind the light. I can't see him there.
He's right here. I thought he...
At Revel, Revel, Cultivar.
Yeah,
we got it.
Cultivar.
Remember, I have to repeat. We have to repeat everything you guys say because they can't hear you.
They can't hear you, so it's a little confusing on your side. You know what I mean? So you say it to me, I say it to them, and you think I'm saying it back to you, but I'm not.
No,
I'm just repeating it perfectly.
Think of like if you were speaking a different language right now, and we're translating, and you just have to ignore what we're saying when you're saying something.
It's a lot of.
You got it. There's a lot of ignoring going on.
A lot of ignoring going on. But thanks, bro. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Strap, go back into that room and fill your hat with nugs.
See you back at the train.
See ya. What's that? The Adam Dunn Show.
Micro,
go to
man.
record
He's
tab.
on it. Micro's telling you.
We're going to worry about that later.
Go to record tab inside OBS rather than stream tab. Follow this method. Come on. Man, Micro knows everything. Let me tell you. That's one thing.
Mike, can you tell us how we could keep the chat streaming so we can follow along? Something about moving the mouse off that I have no idea what Mark does, but I think Mark poison pilled it for you, Vinny, so that this would go wrong.
Oh yeah, he totally sabotaged you.
Yeah.
Fine.
Typical Mark. What's going on here? We're doing. Are we on virtual reality right now? Because you got two screens that are the same. Total virtual reality. Put on your virtual reality goggles, everybody. Woo, you're here.
I'm over there.
I think Ras Moses has showed up. I was gonna call. I tried to call you earlier, but I was like, did I wake you up? All right. So you're like, oh, I forgot. Did you forget? No, I'm here. Okay, I'm just checking. Just checking. Good. Well, you can jump on whenever you want. Sit on over here. Now I don't know about the camera angles because that's going to be all wacky.
We can't promise. We can't promise any camera angles. We don't even know if people are listening to us because we can't keep the chat going.
Go to the third one.
Go to the third one.
This one right here. Yeah. And what happens when Brainstrap gets back here? He's going to be all, what happened?
Well, I can't. Why am I not on camera?
Yeah. Because he already.
It will happen.
It'll happen? You're going to make it happen?
I'll make it happen.
Vinny is on it.
Vinny will make it happen in his deep voice. Vinny Barbarino.
Welcome. Well.
They're not going to catch us. We're on a mission from God.
He's going to get you set up. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
I guess we should have sound checked the other headphones and.
Why did we do that? That sounds too professional.
Well, Mark would have done that.
And now my thing's.
Is it fucked up?
Did we fuck up?
Vinny, we just lost Adam. Or Adam thinks he just lost something. I could still hear. Dave's in charge. This is when the wheels come off and everything comes to a grinding halt.
I can hear.
You can hear?
I hear you.
Oh,
you can't hear me?
I don't hear my headphone. No.
Headphones got pulled out.
There it is. I got a bad cord. Oh. I got it. It's all good.
Mark.
I got a shitty
This is
cord.
Mark's fault.
Mark has
shitty Jamie.
Mark has literally sabotaged the whole show. I'm blaming Mark.
To finish that dab, Vinny's on it.
We're getting cozy.
Getting cozy. The microphone works when you're right in front of it.
Okay.
There we go.
The fire phone.
The fire phone? The microphone?
Yes, another name.
All right. So, you know what I realize? I realize how important it is for me to know what's going on in the chat. It's like I'm feeling the studio audience, and since I can't see it right now, it's like one of my senses is gone. I can't hear them tell me how shitty I am.
I know. You can't.
You know?
Can't feel the hate. I need the hate to ride through me to make the show better. Oh, this is for you, actually.
Thanks,
you can roll your own. Roll your own.
Roll your own.
Because you're a Rasta, and you have to roll your own. What do you got there?
This is a little rosin from the.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, and in honor of Rosin Dogs, who says we don't talk about pot on the show, look at this jar of rosin. See?
Oh.
We're saying rosin.
Yes.
And there it is. And the chat thing went again.
Look at you.
Grown in the Baca.
In the Baca, that's right here, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I have about 40 acres, a little south of here.
What strain is this?
That's a great question. It's from
That's
last
the name
year.
of the strain. That's a great
Is it a
question.
melange?
question,
It's like
Kush.
a melange.
A melange.
Yeah.
No, it was strain specific. Nicotine made it for us. And
Made by Nicotine.
Who?
Itself? Oh.
but unfortunately, you know, with the valley, I ran into seeds, you know, last year and this year. So, you know, we're finding
Because of
other ways.
strain pollen
Yeah,
from other people's gardens.
exactly.
That sucks.
We were just watching Harvest here in Area 420, so I was curious about that, but you really won't know because it's kind of hard. Sometimes you think you don't have nothing, and then you dry it, and then all of a sudden it's fucking loaded. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's hard to. They hide so well, and so you know if you know you're seeded while you're growing, then of course it's heavily seeded. But there's times where you don't see it at all,
hidden.
and then. But it's when it's dry. I mean, obviously it pops out, you know. Right. And you get those half seeds. literally nightmare, right? Because they fuck up every joint, and you're like, God damn it. The worst is if you're out and about and you're like, oh, I can't even smoke this, dude. It's like too much work. At home, you can kind of sit there and get the right light on it and maybe pull out a few of these little. Right. But there's some strains that just do that. They just they develop these sort of false seed pod kind of half-assed little things with a flat bottom, and they're not quite seeds, and you even get sometimes even weirder ones that are these little tiny, just woody bullshit that's in there. It fucks everything up. You're like, I think like Res Dog's fucking. His shit did that a lot, where any crosses that you guys sometimes he had these little black specks almost that were coming off the buds. I don't know if you ever seen that.
Oh right,
it's like a little weird. Yeah. So it's got to be clean.
And here at Area 420, just through filtration system, they're able to,
Well, I mean, these are outdoors. So that's why I'm really curious to see how much they did or didn't. I mean.
Did you do some hormonal reversal things? Or?
It's not my thing, but that is one way that you can sort of try to make it work. But but on a scale that they're doing it here, it's not really feasible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have to add per plant extra costs that might not even work. So you have the place you have is it's all licensed, obviously.
Well, we have.
Allegedly.
No. Truth in the matter is, we have a 501c3 nonprofit, Colorado House of Rastafari, and so we're sacramental with the state as well, with the Secretary of State. We let them know that we're a sacramental church, so we grow our herb for our membership base and for people that come to our events. And when we have events, we just give our herb for free, or they donate to the house, make donations, and it supports our projects home and abroad. We support a orphanage in Uganda, clean water initiatives, and so it's really the healing of the nation. It's a beautiful thing.
No, that's awesome. So yeah, it is a well, right? It's a well explanation.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
let me explain.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping Colorado is beyond just giving a fuck anymore about any of the little shit, right? There's so many more problems they should be dealing with before they ever look at anybody growing cannabis, right? The meth, they take care of the crack houses. Right. Let's reprioritize. All right. This is important, right? Maybe it's time. I have to say this every show, and I think it's important we say this every show. There's still people in jail from the Clinton administration for this plant that we're enjoying right now. Yeah. So if you can, please contribute to the Last Prisoner Project. If you're going to be in Vegas, there's going to be a benefit concert that Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd are going to be throwing at House of Blues. It's $150 to get in, and 100% of the proceeds go to the Last Prisoner Project. So please, we have to remember that.
Because I don't think Colorado did a very good job of it. Like that's one thing they didn't do. Like they didn't expunge everybody right out of the gate, and they didn't. They kind of just brushed over that whole thing. Like, well, let's get to business. You know what I mean? And they had their medical, and then they kind of now you see. Like I think Washington also did it too, where they just shat on their fucking medical program. They're like, well, really, with money, they see the rec as just a cash cow, and it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Medical programs are being shut down left and right across the country. They're being legislated out of existence, and we need to keep medical alive. But first and foremost, we need to let everybody serving time right now for cannabis events out. And any record or recording that they ever participated in the traditional cannabis space needs to just be gone. We are way past that right now. In states like Alabama, get your head out of your ass, okay? Stop taking kids away from parents. This is time to just relax and realize it's a plant. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
No, it's totally true though. Yeah. It's then you see how New York did it. They did good. I mean, they're doing good at least. We'll see how it really rolls out. But because the minute they go into once there's regs there, it's going to change the game, obviously, because then that's where they start to put in all the funnel the money my way. Funnel the money my way. No, funny money. You know, like, so we'll see. And in New York, I mean, fuck, good luck on that, right?
New York, shout out to Happy Monkey.
Yeah, Vlad
and that couch that Chuck Schumer sat on.
I just said Chuck Schumer. He met Chuck Schumer. I don't think he sat on the couch. He said, because right away Jay was all, I don't know about Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, do you think he's getting in that elevator or walking up those stairs?
Definitely not walking up the stairs. So we got there. It was funny because I took him to Happy Monkey, and it was like normally it's an elevator that just comes to the street level, right? And you're like, this is dope, right? Yeah. Walk in an elevator, you get up there. This time the elevator was broken, and it was it's like
they had to exfiltrate
typical
people
New
from
York
it.
And a super typical New York stairwell. You know, like not even attempting to do any kind of like detail work. It's just like, let's throw some more paint on this thing and just keep throwing paint on it. It'll like
eventually the smell will go away.
Eventually. Throw it on blood.
Lighter, please, sir.
Lighter.
Covered in blood.
Thank you.
Throw some more paint on it.
Covered in blood. Throw some more paint on it. That's exactly what they did. But I thought they said that they had a whole bunch of dignitaries up there, and I'm looking around this place and I'm going, come on.
That place has changed so many times though. Like it used to be where they had rap battles back in the day.
Oh yeah, I can see
like
that.
Famous rap battle spot, and then it was it was like a dominatrix place at one point. Then it was like it's just like all over the place. Like they just now, and then it was weed.
So my arm is still bruised, by the way. Vlad is one of these. Yeah, man. And he's jacked. Okay, he's jacked. And I was making him laugh, and every time I made him laugh, he would just go Venom. And I'm telling you, by the time it was done, I was bruised on the shoulder, and I'm sitting there, I'm almost covering up like a boxer, you know, my midsection, because now he's going, and he's giving me the poke. I'm like, dude, all right, I got to stop making him laugh. But no, they do have an amazing that place. You're going to see him all over New York. Okay, just a relaxing place where you can come enjoy herb. Oh, wait, how about the girl that walked past us when we were standing?
Oh yeah, that was funny. So we're standing by the elevator, and then this girl walks by, and she's like showing her friends around the neighborhood, and as she walks by, she goes, "Oh, and that's like a secret weed speakeasy." As we're standing there,
really loud,
yeah, that over there, that's like a totally secret speakeasy for weed.
You see these two guys standing there next to the elevator? They're waiting to get into the speakeasy.
And he's wearing a shirt that says what is it? I smoke.
I smoke weed.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, that is not. Couldn't get much more.
But no, wait. But the funniest thing is we were the douches because next door to the elevator is a door that says like West Side Bakery. And there's nothing wrong with thinking that a bakery would be open at night because you do your baking then, and then people start to pick it up.
No, but then I saw somebody walking out with like a big giant Mylar
bag of weed.
I was like, what's going on with that Mylar bag?
But Vlad showed up a half an hour later. We went upstairs with the boss man, and it was it was fun. I mean, it was fun to smoke inside in a place that eventually will probably be featured in like Time magazine. You know,
when I went there the first time though, and it was like, I mean, it was slick. Like as far as just everything was just put together so well, and I was like, dude, this is nicer than most dispensaries in Colorado. Like the way they had put it together, everything was really organized, and everything was super chill. Thing about New York though is that because you're at ground level all the time, cruising around, you have no idea what the fuck's going on above you. And there's so much real estate and so many different things going on that once people are relaxed like they are already pretty fast, it won't take long for people to figure out that it's like, you know, just go here, go to this address, go up there, you know, like, and it'll be, I hope they'll be, you know.
Why is Ganjarado so behind? You know, we're the first to make it wreck. And
because our governor didn't sexually abuse 17 women in New York and had to legalize weed. If that would have happened, then we probably something would have happened. But that's what it took. He got in trouble. He thought he could legalize weed to make everyone happy, and the charges would go away, and they said, we love legal weed and get the fuck out of office.
I mean, and the thing is, it's also like when you're first out of the gate, all eyes on you, right? So you're like in that situation where if they did go, oh, Andy, big Uncle Andy's in charge now. So if the whole TV screen goes like explodes or anything, we know.
Oh shit.
But yeah, if it's kind of like Amsterdam used to be too. Like even though Amsterdam obviously had cool, had coffee shops and stuff like that, they still were pretty strict about like you couldn't have an event and really promote weed. Because they were like on you about it, like it was kind of weird. Like they were like we learned really quick. We had a Dutch kid working for us to do promotion, right, for a party, and normally I would never even think about it, but it was like we were like, yeah, let's do what we keep bringing these professional guys, right? And the fucking guy puts a press release out saying for us rolling, we're gonna do the biggest joint. So we're going to do like I said, we're going to roll a 500-gram joint. And the idea was that everybody was going to contribute and it was going to be a big thing. And he put it out and it went on Reuters. And then the cops got in touch with us the day before. And we're like, we will be there and we will
arrest you.
We will arrest you when you put it all together. And they was like, really? I was like, he's like, yeah, but everybody.
What year was that?
Maybe like 2000, 2001.
We did that in 1990 when Jack spoke. It had to be, what's 500 grams? It had to be that big. No, maybe it wasn't 500 grams. It was probably like 30.
500 grams is the whole thing. Rolled like, all right,
I was off by a decimal point.
It possibly was 30. But no, in general, they were hard on us. It was like weird. We were just like, we said, well, everybody's contributing 5 grams. What is the problem? And then they were like, because we're going to have 100 people, 5 grams, 500, 500. And they were just like,
that's logic.
They were like, no, the minute that you put it all together, it's illegal. Like over 30. I was like, you guys are out of your minds. So, and it was funny because I was like, okay, I won't do it.
Wait. So we could all be in the same room?
And then we went and we did it anyway the next day at a different club. We're like, fuck that. Of course we're going to do it. We're just not going to. And I told him, I said, dude, you just do it. And then you fucking talk about it. If you try to talk about it before you do it, you're fucked.
Ask forgiveness, not permission.
Well, here in Colorado, we've had a couple of venues throughout the time as far as cannabis clubs. We had one in Colorado Spring.
Lazy Line.
Another one. It was called the One Love Club.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah.
Had clubs.
And I was brought down as a consultant to kind of bring. They were kind of more reggae centric, but they were like, let's bring the spirituality of Rastafari, and maybe we can create a church, and then we can really do this legally. So I went down there for a few months, and then the feds started pushing on Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs is a tough place.
Yeah. They just have medical, no rec at all.
Well, they have the Air Force Academy.
Military money.
And Cheyenne Mountain and some other things we probably don't even know about.
A few other ridiculous things. PDX.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. Cheyenne Mountain.
What are you talking about? Cheyenne Mountain? It exists? Really?
I've seen a lot of Mack trucks go there.
What do you mean it exists? There's a sign on the road.
You can't talk about it. I know it exists.
Take a right at Albuquerque.
I know somebody who worked at One Love a while ago. In fact, we worked together at a place in Boulder.
Okay.
Heather.
But you're not talking.
Exactly. Yeah. That's who brought me in. And she kind of once we established everything, all the guidelines and the constitution of the church and everything, they started putting pressure on her, and she was just like, we're closing overnight. So a lot of my buddies were out of work at that time, but it created a force and a catalyst that the Rastas that met down there, a few of us, we opened up another church in Denver. But we opened it up in a blood neighborhood. It was like in 5 Points. So heard a lot of gunshots, but we were out there, and, people can come in. We'd make food. We have the sound system.
I think Andy just flashed a Crip sign at you when you said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but in general,
respect to all,
peace and love.
Yeah,
peace and love.
When we had the Hood Lab, we didn't realize where we were. We had no fucking clue.
Right.
And we were super lucky because of our naivety, and the people liked us. You know what I mean? Like we got multiple times where we were tapped by people who were kind of like, you do know where you are now, and it's kind of like, oh no, we don't know nothing.
Right, exactly.
And then it was like, But yeah, you guys, and one of the main reasons is that we played good music. They liked our music.
Right.
So that was important. You know what I mean? They were like, you guys play, because we had, we were doing a lot of events. So we were like blowing out the neighborhood technically.
Yeah,
but we always had,
spot.
like Vinny Bob was in charge. So of course the sound quality was crisp.
Right.
We weren't fucking it up. We were keeping it nice. And we had just good selections. And they liked that. That was the main reason. And and because we had a lot of good art. Yeah. And we let people come and do graffiti and stuff.
Oh,
and so,
great.
But we definitely had a couple times where we found, bullets in our thing in the backyard, and it was like, oh shit, this. And like looking at the angle, you're like, oh, it definitely came from up there. It hit the wall here and bounced over there.
Wow, you sound like you could have been on the grassy knoll. Figuring that out. That's awesome.
Figured it out.
But check this. We actually got a very close gunman came to our spot one time. We had kids, and moms like. Chalk art, on the streets, and music was running out, the herbs were burning. All of a sudden someone comes up to me like, hey, someone wants to talk to you. I go out, and a guy had tears in his eyes. He's like, I've never seen a place so beautiful like this. Minutes later, a sedan rolls up, and then one of the DJs that was there that grew up in that neighborhood went out there, and then the sedan drove away. But I found out that my homie, he paid them off not to shoot up the place, because we were just, I guess they weren't happy that we were just giving herb out to the people and feeding people and doing something uplifting. Wow. And so we moved out of that neighborhood, and now we're up here in Crestone.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's real out there, and we have to shine light wherever we go,
Yeah. Well, this is definitely an awesome place to do that. I mean, you can definitely feel like, okay, there's a lot going on. Plenty going on around. It's not like, and I don't think you'll get a pushback like you would up there at all.
I don't think so. This really is Crestone, for the listeners out there, the viewers. Crestone is an amazing place in Colorado. And I mean, I'm sure you talked about Area 420. This place is
we've been
sanctuary.
We've been hyping it up, and I think it's funny because it really brought a lot of energy back into for me for Colorado, because for a bit there, I already was over Denver, sort of the same thing. Did the social things I'm beyond the point of wanting to go to other people's shit. You know what I mean? I only want to create my own space, because it's the same deal where you're just like, you want to be able to just control the vibe a little bit, or or at least not be subjected to fucking terrible music and. No doubt. Long lines, and now forget about it. It wouldn't even be interesting, Cause
when's the next show here in Crestone in the Valley?
I don't know, man. When is it?
I'm gonna say for Area 420, or even to see a production of yours up here would be a joy.
It's gonna. I mean, we're gonna get more comfortable. We're up here, I think, and definitely help these guys put together some stuff, because that's just what we do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's just part of
you have to be who you have to be,
part of what you do. So so before Colorado, where were you coming from? Give us a little background on Ras.
Oh, true. I'm from where you're from originally. I'm from New York, Queens. But I grew up.
Whoa. Where in Queens?
Well, I mean, I was born in Booth Memorial Hospital.
I know Booth. Yeah.
Austin Street. I think I grew up on, but then soon after I went to the
Casino Boulevard.
Yeah, where of course Jamaica, Queens. I must be from there. No, I'm kidding. But I moved to Jersey. Really,
that's the last place my dad lived in Jamaica, Queens, and it was pretty sketch.
Right.
Good Jewish boy becomes a Rasta.
You see it.
There we go.
Yeah, I know. My mom thinks I turn my back on the Jews, but really, we're just holding the vibes, But yeah.
Moses is like a Rasta, right? He went into the mountains. He ate some mushrooms. He came back. He's like, dude, I tripped balls. I saw a bush burn. Okay, it just burned.
Was it uncut?
Yeah. Now that deserves a rim shot cymbal crash. There we go.
Well, just a little line about that. 9 pounds of incense in the ancient tents in Israel. I and Aaron burning the frankincense and myrrh. Because that was a deep meditation. The cannibalism, is that Hebrew origin, and even from Cush and Himalayas. But yeah, him and Aaron would sit in their tent with 9 pounds of ganja. Why aren't we doing this? I think I'm going to start doing this here.
That's a good one. This is a good time of year you can definitely pull that off.
We go into a yurt or a tent and we just sit in there.
Right out there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some, right. I'm sure they have some excess herb here at Area 420. We should do a ceremony.
Not that I've seen. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, you haven't seen
It's harvest time, and I saw pictures over there, but no sound. But I haven't seen that herb
I haven't
yet.
heard the weed. I've seen it. I didn't hear it.
It's loud.
It's loud for sure. No, that's good. 9 pounds.
Yeah.
2 guys.
Yeah. Well, maybe they had a few other, brothers up in there, but
I would hope so. I hope they were sharing.
That's how they wrote. That's how they start writing things.
The Scythians would do that too, right? Where they would cover themselves up with a thing, get over,
go in,
get it hard.
Yeah. But before here, I was in a place called Ash Vegas in Asheville, North Carolina. And I ran like a yoga and healing center, but it was like a venue for sacred events and sold that.
It's a cool town, right?
Yeah, it is a cool town.
It's like one of those. It's like the Austin of. It seems like.
Yeah, but Austin maybe is not that great now. Or it was like the Boulder of yesteryear or something.
Right.
But so sold that business and came out here. Really, with the love for cannabis,
and that was like
calling.
Same as me around 2010 or a little.
Yeah, just around there. I guess we did come over here around in the same time. Sure.
Go ahead, do it.
I already shouted you out, PDX Amazing.
Yeah, shout out to PDX Amazing. He asked for it again. You got to give it to him. So I'm surprised when he said that, Adam, you didn't go, I have an idea.
Like the 9 pound?
9 pound challenge.
Oh, we're down.
I would love to facilitate a ceremony with that. I also make.
Wait, hold on. I think Andy just said that. You're going to provide the 9 pounds for? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dude, that was
Andy.
fucking generous of you, man. Wow. I appreciate you guys heard it here.
If you want to get anything given away, just talk to Dave. He'll give anything of yours away. And even if it's not yours, he'll just give it away.
Ask for the Dunn deal. If it's not mine, ask for the Dunn deal. Maybe you'll get a discount.
Weed to everybody in New York. It's like, and even Rosin Dogs is like, it doesn't really work like that out here. People aren't so, here's some weed. They're like, you're trying to get me in trouble.
COVID. Don't touch it.
It hasn't quite got there.
Yeah. That's right. Nobody. Yeah, I get it. All right. Sorry. Good.
No, it's all good. I was just saying, they also made, not to get too biblical on a Sabbath evening, but Christ or Christos means anointing. Yeah. So ancient Israelites, who was Yeshua or Moses, they would make a certain anointing oil, to help and heal and everything like that. So you can check out rasmoses.com. I make anointing oil for people and do ceremonies, but
The Rosin Dogs. 9 pound turd.
Well, wait a minute. You know what though? He might not be lying. I'm just saying that. He's a big guy.
Try a vegan diet. Maybe that'll help with that.
Yeah, no, we're not going to work with him, man. Nope.
But that's obvious too, because it's like, what else works so well? You know what I mean? And
exactly.
And it's what we always say about the carpetbaggers too, with their snake oil salesmen, right? So it's like, there was always probably one good one and a bunch of shitty ones, right? That's probably why it became known as that, because it had to work at some point, or else nobody would go for it, right? So if there's one guy who cruises around and goes, I got this oil and it worked, and people are rubbing it on, and it's like, oh my God, this works so amazing. Someone's going to go like, wait a minute, I could get a bunch of oil and then get some fucking, vegetable oil and put some flavors in it. And then they come around and everyone's like, it didn't do shit. You know what I mean? But guy's out of town already, because smooth move in and out, nice packaging, chatted it out. Like, it's like.
Went to Amazon, bought the packaging.
Went to Amazon, basically. Yeah, exactly. Got it all. It's sort of the same, just another version of. And then, and at every gas station you see CBD oil, right? I don't think I would ever recommend people buy that, because the chances of it having any kind of either A, processed properly, or actual milligrams that really make sense, compared to somebody like two who's making it, and it actually works every time.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh goodness! Keep the comments coming. Thank you.
So anybody listening to the show, if you're listening to the show and you're not watching it on YouTube and you're not seeing the chat simulcast, you have no idea what we were just laughing at. But Rosin Dogs for the win. Okay, so note the time in the ship's log. It was about 6:23. You can go back in the chat and see for the win. Mic drop, Rosin Dogs. Really, at least once a night. Uncut Bush, you have some ground. You got to catch up.
Bush is the number one fan.
Oh,
number one.
Ooh,
Rosin Dogs.
Damn, they're throwing down RD. Come on,
to be our number one sponsor, I think.
Yeah, but Rosin Dogs put us up in his house.
Yep.
Fed us.
Uncut, you got to catch up.
Yeah, where does Uncut live? Where do you live? What state are you in?
Look at you having conversations with the chat.
Oh, I shouldn't talk to the chat.
45 seconds later.
Oh, that's right. They can't hear anything.
Yeah, Dave.
Dave's an idiot.
Dave's not here.
That was a good one, Vinny. Vinny for the win. Vinny, you're now in front.
Everything is blessed. So thank you so much for having me here. It's a joy, you know. I do want to talk about something we're doing here in Crestonia, coming up here next Saturday. My sister called me. She opened up a nice venue here in town called The Space. You know, they do yoga and music events, you know. So she wanted me to come out for this thing, but we're doing a freedom rally, you know.
There you go. See the TV.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be like featuring, you know, some music off my past couple of albums. I just dropped something called Members of a New Race, you know. Check it out. But yeah, it's going to be a joy. We have some speakers coming from everywhere to kind of talk about the realities of today and music. And so we encourage everyone to come and, even more importantly, you know, light it up in your own town, your own city, you know.
Lift it up a little bit higher. There you go. So you get the whole.
Cool. Check it. Give thanks. Oh, right here.
No, look at this while you're holding it up so you can see.
Oh, okay.
There.
I'm figuring it out. Okay.
Saturday, October 9th, 5 to 9
Takes
p.m.
a while for all of us around here.
All right, got it. Wow. Yeah. So next Saturday, but really, you know, strength to strength. We just want to light a fire, and we're going to be moving with this energy
Tony
too.
Baloney, what happened? I saw you were on the chat before the show started. Then
Yeah, what happened there?
you like spaced out. Totally.
Well, you were sitting in Rosin Dogs just waiting for somebody to say, "Where's Tony Baloney?"
Did you like let your fucking tank overflow or something? Classic. It's like, I just want to go out and have a quick joint.
We were an hour late, Tony, so you didn't miss that much.
What was I? Oh shit!
No, but Tony, now that you're here, thank you so much for showing up last week. It was fantastic seeing you. Just the way that all went down, saying out loud, "Where the hell's Tony Baloney?" and having you just do one thing. You just moved your hand just a little bit. You didn't go, "Here I am," or anything like that. You just
see now. I still don't even recognize you on the thing because you looks like you have a shorter beard. You're slicked out.
Oh yeah, no, I see that.
See, I never paid attention.
Yeah, that's no fair. That beard's much longer now.
Yeah.
Change that photo.
There's some nice beards here in the house tonight.
Yeah, look at you with your.
I feel very inferior.
Yeah. So we even come with the locks.
Yeah, no.
Precepts, you know.
No.
So during those 10, so from 2010 till now, besides what we were talking about earlier, I have a feeling, because every time we talk, it's always like we know a lot of the same people, and not because we were even knowing each other back then. Yeah. So what did you, when you first got here, did you go straight trying to get into the industry, or did you just kind of come and, because 2010 was like 2 years before it really sort of popped off, but it was way, like you could still smoke at the shops, which was cool. Like, so like at that point they kind of had it together.
What was that, Ganja Gourmet, where you just go yam some pizza? Or
yeah, Ganja Gourmet was pretty funny. That was like one of those, like, it was kind of like, it was a great, you thought it was going to be great, and then you got there and you're like, it kind of came with a little bit of like, yeah, it was rough.
Something. And the ice cream, I liked the ice cream for a little while. That had a flash in the pan. What was his name again?
Steve.
Yeah, well, that was the thing.
Yeah. New York. He was from New York.
Super.
Yeah,
he was. He was. And I can imagine Dave walked in and was like, "Oh my God, I know this guy. I don't know this guy.
I didn't know him."
Yeah, you knew like 20 of him. You knew like 20 of him, maybe 30 of him when you were growing up. Because that's the thing about New Yorkers in general. There's like a lot of there's a lot of fucking repeats, you know what I mean? Where you're just like, oh my God,
right.
you are, or your combinations of, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah, you're basically, because it's just like, people have this, especially when it comes to weed, because it's like the learning curve is like, it's like, oh, you went to California and you smoke good weed finally. Now you get it. Now you get it, because if you haven't left New York, you only got good weed if you really worked hard at it, you know. Whereas, and then you get people like Kevin Jodrey or whatever who left Rhode Island, you know. Like anybody who goes from the East Coast to Cali smokes really good weed back in the day, especially the 80s, 90s, when it was like oh, it's like their whole world changes, and a lot of them it's like, oh, I'm not ever leaving. I'm staying right here.
The kind blood. I mean, the kind blood called us, didn't it? It moves us, you know.
I always tell everybody, like, I surf. I don't surf at all. I say I surf weed, where I'm just like, where's the big waves? Like, give me the big waves, you know. And Colorado for a minute was, and then I retired. I'm like, all right, I'm not chasing it anymore. Not fully, I might, but you know what I mean? Like, for the most part, I'm still happy with what's going on here, especially because of this place.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, like, it's like, okay, I have a new sort of vision of like, there's still the freedom side, which is what I wanted, which is what I would always want. Like,
that's it.
I lived in Amsterdam, which was Freedom City, right? You know, now it's not. Now it's the exact opposite, where just
they're
like,
not even serving anymore to foreign.
They are, but it's like, they're just beating every business down hard as they can, you know what I mean? Like, it's my friends who have bars there, and it's just a nightmare, and because of the whole COVID thing, they're really being difficult. And then not only that, but just in general, it's the wrong government right now. So there's like they're moving the red light district out, and they're changing, you know, it's just like a lot.
Liberal, you might say.
Very conservative. They're Christian Democrats.
Okay.
So it's exact opposite. Kind of the opposite, but they're basically trying to like just take away all the flavor that was there. You know what I mean? Whether it be coffee shops or red light district or any of those things, get rid of it, right?
I mean, it's happening everywhere, you know, unfortunately. You know, I was going to say, to answer that question, I put on, as far as I know, the first medical marijuana festival in Colorado. That's how I came. When I was in North Carolina, I was before I moved here, I was working on it. And so we did something, I don't know if you remember, it was in Longmont, Colorado. It was I think it was 2012. That was kind of my first entry into Colorado. And it was nice. It was big, but right before the event, like a day or two before, because we were going to have...
You got the call.
Yeah, I got the call, right? They were like, you can't do this.
By the way, you can't do anything you thought you could do. You're like, oh.
I certainly am doing this. But what they did is they said that only Longmont dispensaries could dispense. So all the other dispensaries in the state couldn't dispense, but it turned into everyone was just slinging, and it was a joy, you know. Cottonmouth Kings came, and Corey Feldman was a guest, you know, something like that. You know,
do you remember any of this?
No, I don't remember this.
He's like a Cottonmouth King.
Yeah, it was called Colorado Medical Marijuana Festival.
How original.
Yeah, right? I know, but it worked. You know, a few thousand people came.
That's interesting, because I don't remember that myself at all.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, you know, but that was the first thing I did.
Longmont's not the first place I would think of doing anything related, because it's not like uber friendly towards cannabis or
uber friendly period towards anything.
Yeah, right. It was just near where I was at the time, and we did it at a big hotel. And anyway, that was what I first did. But what I started focusing on is within the nonprofit and the church works. But we started doing certain sacramental delivery, which got very busy and popular in Boulder and Denver. You know.
Yeah, I could see how that would.
But when I walked around like the CU, like the college campus, everyone was like hailing me up. I was like, all right, it's time for me to maybe do something else, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, we just, but really these days, you know, been focused on music.
Did you ever work with any dispensaries directly, or do any kind of?
No, I never worked. No, I never worked in the industry per se. I've kind of been a renegade, and also just, you know, it's a natural right. I follow the laws of the land, really. So, you know, and as Rasta people, it's a sacrament to us. It's something that we use medically for a long time. And so we just share it, you know, freely like we would in any indigenous place. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where my focus is. And we've helped launch other houses or churches like in Uganda. We're launching one in Africa, where Kenya, and also St. Croix, working with like sacramental farms and being able to have like a place where people could gather and worship and all that stuff. You know,
I think Whitney and Mike were talking about St. Croix too. So
Really?
and I got friends down there also. So if we do something down there, that seems to be. I like it. I like the vibe there, and the speed is good because it's you know, you're well. I mean, it's still limited on some things, that's for sure, but that's actually good. It makes it a little bit more, keeps out people, because everyone's going to go to the other island because it's
right, more popular,
St. Thomas or whatever. It's like
exactly, it's more like a city there. St. Croix, I mean, it's fertile, and you know,
that's the thing, is it's got the
lushness, and
it's got the history too, you know.
Yeah,
Dr. Sebi,
right,
which is huge, you know. So that just like everything is there, and there's a lot of experiments that were done there. So there's a lot of breeding experiments. So there's a lot of cool, like the cattle there is special, comes from there, you know what I mean? Like it's only, you know, all bred there. I forget the name of it, certain kind of black cow. But the abundance is there compared to some other islands that are a little bit, you know.
Yeah, exactly. The problem there, though, they're having issues, and we've been sending Rick Simpson oil down there to the Rastafari house down there. One of the elders there got serious cancer on his neck or something. So we made, from our harvest here, we created some oils, and the tumor has gone down. So that's like, we really want to go down there and kind of bring some of the sciences that we've learned in the West in terms of healing with cannabis, down to the islands, down to Africa, places like that. So that's part of what the House of Rastafari does,
That's cool. And, it's also nice to, I mean, you're going actually, it's funny, like you're bringing sand to the beach technically. If you're hey, we're going to bring some Rastafari energy to your island. You're like, what?
Yeah,
like, guys look at you like, huh? You're going to dread.
Well, what would happen? You remember you called me years ago. I was in Kingston, Jamaica, and then you called me and you were like, hey, you have to meet this certain doctor down there.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Barnstein.
Exactly. Yeah. So that led into me doing the consulting work down there. And I was, part of my French, but a liaison to like the Rasta people in Jamaica and like the medical marijuana industry that was trying to come down there and establish, So
I kind of knew that it was going to be hard for everyone to be happy with that situation, just because it's like you're not going to take that money out of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can see it generating money and you can see things happening. But what's the situation down there right now?
Well, I mean, Jamaica on a whole is really on lockdown. They're on curfew every night. Weekends they can't go out. People are getting it's deep. There's a real push down there right now. Most England controlled countries that might not be seemingly controlled, but they are.
Yeah, like Commonwealth.
Yeah, any Australia, Canada, Jamaica, they're all like really hardcore right now, yo.
It's true. It's like, the UK being the least of all of them, like, because they've just they went complete opposite, like where they were like, fuck it, all right, as of, we're just going to let people go. And
yeah.
So we'll see.
As far as like the industry down there, I think it whittled out, and maybe just a few dispensaries are doing good in the cities, But it's just sad. I got out of there pretty quick when I realized like it was just a feeding frenzy,
Yeah, I mean it's already hard to do normal business down there, right? Exactly. Like with any things that aren't cannabis related, then all of a sudden you bring that into the picture, and it must be. I mean, it's also has to happen though too, because if it was not happening there and everywhere else was happening, it'd be kind of a shame,
right?
If it wasn't. But it's just also like doing it right, That's
exactly.
Have not 100% faith that it would be done right, but for the most part.
Well, what we saw,
right?
Yeah, right. What we saw is Rasta people, where again, it's like few prosper, and most people that are in jail or suffered for it, are left out of the mix.
Did they do any kind of expunging there, or was it?
Yeah,
I figured there'd be a shitload. You make their prisons like a quarter full, compared to overflowing.
Probably more. I don't know. They didn't do anything like that. Jamaica is well corrupt, and I'm not.
Well, just that this deserves a moment. So, in 2018, there were 19,000 black and brown people arrested in New York City for cannabis. That ended. So maybe there is a way for Jamaica to sort of...
Well, if there's some precedent set by places like that, and other people follow suit, maybe.
I think everybody, the whole global view on cannabis and the whole crackdown and the prohibition on it was driven by the United States. So now that we're sort of showing a little bit of tolerance towards it, I think it has to flow over, because it's just going to be like the same reason why they're legalizing state by state by state, every state that borders it, because all the people leave the state to go spend tax money in Massachusetts. And so New York was like, well, fuck this. You got to stay here. So I'm hoping, because we just went back to New York for the first time since it changed, and if that can change for 2 New Yorkers going back, then maybe Jamaica can fall, and maybe the EU won't be so, because now they're putting it under novel foods, which makes it really difficult. So,
well, there's been so much change all over where I'm just like, luckily not thinking that. Now I think everywhere it can happen anywhere. Whereas before it was kind of like, maybe, but and we're living in Holland for so long, it was like we're the only place, and that made it, novelty for everyone else coming there. And now that it's spread out, like I was saying before, it's like kind of like how it happened here. Now nobody gives a shit anymore about Colorado.
Do you think it's just money, or do you think there's a? No, yes. I'm saying. Do you think it's a movement also of the people too, of like their consciousness?
I hope so.
Needing it, as well.
I hope so. I think the cool part is that I think they don't know it, but it's happening. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of subliminally changing everybody. Right. Giving definitely tolerance is being increased, because before, there's always going to be people who don't like the smell, and we had a couple because we're like in New York, just blazing everywhere. And one of the fun things to do is, especially on a real sunny day, is to watch your smoke kind of drift down and just hit different people and the reactions. It's almost like a video game, you just kind of like exhale and you watch it go down, and you see one guy go like, yeah, and then another chick's like, oh,
but the pudding store, they got the people online. Remember, we were standing outside, we thought we were just going in for coffee, but apparently they have the greatest banana pudding in all of New York. They went, okay, everybody who wants pudding, go on the right. If you want anything else, go to the left. And Adam and I are the only 2 douchebags that go to the left. And I said to her, so does that ever happen? She goes, no, not really. So we got our coffee, but then we went back in there. But there was a guy online who was just like, can you guys close that door? Because Adam was finishing the joint, and it was
wafting.
Wafting. Is that the right?
Hella
wafting. Hella wafting.
But yeah, it was just funny. It was, and it's always like that. It's been like that, and it was like that growing up, but living in Holland too, where it's like I had my neighbors who hated the smell of weed, and I was like, you live downtown Amsterdam. There's a coffee shop. This is at my shop. This is not at my house. This is at my shop. Right. So they lived above my shop, 2 stories up, and it was the smoke would go up and through the because I live in a fucking old building, and I'm in my basement. I'm in the basement of the shop blazing, and basically the smoke. And the thing is, what I did was I cut holes in the walls to make my own little window things to grow weed behind. So I was growing weed behind the wall. The weed was going up into the thing, and the smoke would go up. So yeah, it was like a little maybe heavy and intense, but it was just funny. I would just argue with the people like, just move then, like what? I'm not moving.
It's much easier for you to move than for me to move my plants. So
100%.
Problem solved. Go move.
100%.
But Rosendog's had a good one there. He's like, the weed smell is far better than the piss smell that New York normally smells like.
Truly.
So you're right about that, Rosen. You're absolutely right. But there needs to be like some a rooftop, something somewhere. That one. We were looking out the hotel window, hoping to see somebody growing some plants. Because they're growing something, but I don't think it was weed.
It will be soon come. Yep. Many rooftops. Every one of those.
All rooftops.
The rooftops are going to become very interesting. But it's hard, like we saw. It's fucking hot as fuck there.
And windy
and blazy. I said, make sure you have some 20%, at least 20% cover on your plants if you're going to do anything like that.
And when it rains there, it's torrential. It comes down in sheets, so you're gonna have to cover your plants there.
Dave was so scared.
I was fucking scared.
So
we're gonna go down that road?
Back on that road.
Oh man, I drove the road, so we were fine.
Dave had his hands. He was like squeezing the head thing, like it was great.
No,
it was
I
great.
grabbed the old shit handle.
Yeah. No, you had your hand on the thing. You don't know what you did. You don't know what you were doing.
Listen, I got in the car I just want to preface by letting you know, Keith, it's not easy being me, and it's probably not easy being you sitting next to me in the car as a passenger, because I'm a bad fucking passenger. I said that right away. So you would think when you say that, you go, no problem, man, I'll take it slow. We were so fucking close to the car in front, I could read the serial number on the license plate. Okay? There's no need for that. We're in a one lane. It only goes, you can't pass. It's one lane.
Well, it was raining really hard too.
Yeah, really fucking hard.
So hard that I was sitting in the back going, I can't see nothing.
No, you can't. You were on your computer. You made the show card.
I was in the show card. I was in the show card at the time. Yeah, I was like bouncing around.
We wouldn't hear Adam for 20, 30 minutes until the phone would pop up. Because what do you think of this, guys? I got that right there. I'm like, no, that does look good, but the kid you have there would look better if it was me. Right. So, come on. Isn't there a Confucius saying that men who have foot race on train always lose to the engine? Right? You can't win. So just back the fuck off. Fucking Uncle Andy agrees with me. Told him this one beforehand. He's like, tailgating sucks. Don't do it.
Andy's a real slow driver. He's like a stone driver, even if he's not stoned. I'm sure when he's stoned, he's even worse. Because he's definitely like just.
When is he not stoned?
Chilling.
Right.
Like a villain while he's driving. So yeah.
Chilling like a villain.
I'm always late, so I can't. You
can't complain.
I don't have that ability to chill. It's like, how can I? Even on the way here, I was all, I'm gonna get at least 6 to 8 minutes off on this what this thing is saying here. And it's hard, dude. You can speed as hard as you want, still barely clip off of those things. And then Nick had to pee, and that killed all my time. PDX amazing.
Shout out to PDX amazing.
Shout out.
Oh, no one's going to be able to see that because it's going to scroll so fast.
What happened now?
I don't know. I'm just reading his grow. So do you have anything coming up here in Crestonia that you want to invite people to, or can they follow you on Instagram? Or?
Yeah. Thanks, y'all. Really grateful. Yeah. So I mentioned earlier we have a freedom rally going on here in Crestone, and all are welcome. It's gonna be
on Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's on Saturday
next week.
Yeah, next week. I'll just flash it one more time for y'all. So it's next Saturday downtown.
That way.
This way.
There you go.
Okay, got it. Here we go.
How do they get tickets?
This herb is strong over here. It's free. Yeah,
no tickets.
No tickets. Just calm in the streets. We've been doing some revolutionary block parties in Boulder, here in Crestone, and we're going to be kind of moving around the country with this vibe. Just gather together. Life's for living and enjoying. And bring your herbs. The band takes donations of herbs too. But yeah,
it's interesting. So do I.
I have a couple more shows too in Denver coming up. But you can check out Ras Moses on the IG, Ras Moses _chanting yogi. Or you could just look up Ras Moses and some videos will come up. And yeah, the music's been, what I've been kind of focused on, and fatherhood and running the nonprofit. So the music's starting to grow. Throughout the world. I work with different producers, from Africa to Jamaica. So it's starting to get out there. So
not only that, he played my 50th. So there you go. That's all you need to know. The rest of it, it's okay.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
That was a highlight. That really
pretty
was
much that was the peak of his entirety.
That was it.
That was like top billing right there.
Yeah, that was it. That was great.
And shout out to Booth Memorial Hospital.
For real.
YMYWHA.
Yeah.
Did you go there too? On Casino?
Wow. No, I didn't. Right. But yeah, it's my roots, and it's grateful to be together with you all and keep up the great work. I've always enjoyed the show. And,
thank you.
Really respect, just want to, big up in front of people, like for what you all have done here in Colorado and the world within cannabis is monumental, and we're very grateful, like you're a trendsetter still to this day, so it's a joy to be next to you, brother. That.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I know it's always been interesting to see you what you've been up to, because you don't stop, which is important, because I think that's like, it's so many people do shit for profit, and that's not that's not. You can always tell that you know. You can tell that's not the thing. No, but in general, it's like.
My
payday's not bad either. You know, we'll take a payday.
You can tell you don't make any money at all ever. No.
Some shekels, please. I need a job. Hey, help.
But in general, it's like when it's the focus, then it usually is short lived. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the key is to keep reinventing and developing, and
exactly.
and also like. Doing things like you're doing for the right group of people, it makes a huge difference because
we have to live bigger than ourselves, because this herb is a wonderful thing, and we know that people have suffered for it, but still, like, the reality of, like, I mean, there's people starving, and we have to take a percentage, and help where we can, do what we can in this time, so that's what we are as a 501c3. We just
and how can people donate to that? Or
thank you. You could check out on Facebook Colorado House of Rastafari and our contacts there, but our latest project is we purchased land in Uganda for an orphanage that we look after, and we put a well, and so they can grow their own food, got them, so, it's like that kind of thing. Like
that's already happening.
It's already happening. Nice. Yeah. So we're taking donations. Next thing is building seed stock and, building a permanent house there or whatever. And, so yeah, please check it out. If you have, some donations, we love it.
Cool. And did Vinny get that, or he missed it? Missed it.
Oh, yeah.
I was close. Colorado House of Rastafari on Facebook. Thank you.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah, or you can check out rasmoses.com.
Yeah, you can do that too.
If you need any bookings or whatever you want to do, we're here. But yeah, thank you, everyone. We love it.
Nice for stopping by.
Peace.
Thank you, man. I'll see you in town.
Okay. Nice. And don't forget.
This is yours, right?
It's you. That's yours, yeah.
All right, cool. Great seeing you guys. Thanks a lot.
Nice one. Thanks. Oh, we got some fresh cut buds.
Fresh cut buds.
Fresh cut, not uncut.
Uncle Andy.
Fresh cut
Get
bush.
in here.
He's just chilling.
No, he wants to. He says he wants to come on. He's
nice.
fucking texting me for the past 25 minutes.
I don't know.
Minutes.
I've been waiting. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, no, I can't call you out.
Sorry, there's the background there for House of Rastafari.
Bring in the fresh.
There he is.
Can't stay long because...
He's got more work to do. He got 3,000 plants.
Nice. Camera's right there. You can go maybe can we get a close up on there? Yeah, we know Ras Dogs hasn't got us our camera yet, so it's all his.
Ras Dogs, we need a camera for buds on the show.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. It's a see-through. There you go. Looks pretty clean.
Huckleberry crossed orange
and it's see-through
by Free World Genetics.
Because it's green.
Boulder. Guys are doing good work.
Shout out to Free World Genetics in Boulder. Nice. You get one shout out, but then you got to sponsor the show.
It's a little fresh.
A little fresh. This is if you bought this, you'd be like a little fresh.
It's 4 days. 4 days on the dry rack. That's machine trim right there with a little QC on the back end.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to do to get the production through. But look forward in the future for the sealed greenhouse flower coming down. Be hyped on that. So.
The main thing I was wondering was what have you guys noticed for seed coming in? Because I know it's tough out. You've got so many people here, and like
seed coming in.
Seeds.
Oh, seeds. This year the seeding has been
closer to the mic.
Better.
Yeah.
The seeding has been a lot better. Less hemp in the valley. When you're running the T4s, you can kind of hear them cracking off. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Almost nothing this year. I've definitely seen some. You probably get 1 or 2 in an 8, something like that.
Right.
Not too bad. Huh? Talking to this one?
No, that one doesn't work.
No.
I don't hear it.
Well, anywho, it's some good flour.
Doesn't work on my headphones.
No?
Yeah, come to this one.
Talk to that one.
Well, again, we're Revel Cultivars. We're just trying to do our thing. Just a couple young bucks, me and my wife. We're young buck and young doe. Be on the lookout for some higher quality flower coming next year from the Seal Greenhouses. Check us out on Instagram at Revel Cultivars with an S. Adam, thanks for having us on the show real quick.
Yeah, nice seeing it. Definitely some beautiful work out there.
Fucking sleep.
Right?
Did you bring one of these for Adam, though?
That is... this is what I have to do.
I'm kidding.
Whoop, whoop. Whoopity, boop, boop. Boop, boop. It's got now that has to sit for 4 more
Yeah,
years.
but this
does...
Put a top on it.
What? No, it's good. You want to give it a little... We're airing it out. Gorgeous.
Welcome, Uncle Andy. First time ever on camera.
He's always there. He's lurking in the background usually.
What's up, guys?
But now he's here. De-lurked.
And he's not a hitman for a Colombian squad or anything like that. He just looks like that.
This guy's been stoned since the 3rd grade.
Second grade. Andy, you grow some fireweed, man. Some fireweed.
Thanks, man.
Are we allowed to talk about your history and, all the backstory of when you were maybe, south of the border?
Well, I've grown in several locations for sure.
Yes, for sure. And Andy used to come down. Basically, like I always had these crews that would come through, and Keith, the bro, and his crew was one of them. They came through, and Uncle Andy and his crew would also come through, and they had their. I mean, because it was like just like Keith was saying when it was 2-1, it was like going into like adult Disneyland, right? So
yeah.
The early 90s and all through the 90s of Amsterdam was. Mm-hmm. I went there 17 times in 10 years.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I didn't have anything else to do.
Right?
And Adam, I met him in 93, and it was one of those meetings where, you just...
Well, it was really weird because I was wearing a shirt, right? Remember that?
Yeah, you had one of the Half Dog shirt on.
I don't even know. I don't remember
what shirt
backstory.
It said it was the funky shirt. It was the dude who was holding the 20 bag that was as big as a garbage bag.
What color was his hair?
What color was it? Was it red or was it just regular? I think it was regular.
I don't remember, but it was a graffiti style shirt. I'm just trying to think how I got it.
You got it from Monica because we gave it to Monica.
There you go. That makes sense.
Yeah, we gave it to Monica at the Hash Museum the first time we went, and then the second time we found you, and
I was wearing the shirt. There you go. See, you knew it was
there. It is.
You're like, he's wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. It was one of those.
I was hunting the bubble gum, and I heard that you had it, and so that's how we met. And then,
hunting the bubble gum.
And then it was the Trichome Challenge.
Yep, and then
the Trichome Challenge was.
He was one of the winners of the Trichome Challenge, and we dubbed you Bongzilla at the moment.
I still have hair.
I have a tattoo on my back that says Zilla to this day. That was graffitied up by an old friend of mine in Minneapolis. Old graffiti guy.
Look at PDX, amazing. Talking crap.
What is he doing?
He's talking crap.
Well, any son of yours. Okay. What else would you expect?
Unbelievable.
I can't. Should he be watching the show? Is this show appropriate for?
He's not allowed to. Technically, no.
All right. Security.
We were making plans to get him a tattoo, but don't tell you. I told him.
Oh,
right. And then you had the Gravity.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that one because that's a strain that's funny because it's like it's coming from Neville, but it didn't really get like the play that a lot of the other ones did.
Well, it was funny because when I first ran into Steve Hayes and Mary.
Shout out to the Nose.
Yeah, the Nose. Yeah. And what was the Mary? What was her name? Mary, I think, or something like that. The other one who hung out at the greenhouse with them. She was an older lady. She had the secret garden.
Wendy, right?
Wendy. Yeah, okay. There it is. Yeah, Wendy. She had the secret garden. I ended up trimming for 4 days so I could meet Neville. I trimmed Neville's haze for 4 days, and then finally we ran into each other. And everyone else was hunting the haze varieties that he was crossing, and I was like, I had this M10 over in Santa Cruz, and it was the heaviest indica I ever had. And he was like, and here comes the Gravity. And it was to this day, it's still probably top 2 heaviest indicas I've ever smoked.
And that was an NL cross, right?
So it was a 4-way cross. It took me forever to figure out what it was, but it was a 4-way cross. The mother was a Northern Lights 1 by Hash Plant, which Neville said was his heaviest smoke he had ever smoked. Right. And then the father was a Northern Lights 2 by G13 by Northern Lights 2. And so now I'm thinking we should probably recreate it. What do you think?
Yeah, well, what did I get? Did you talk to our friend there about
I got them. They're sitting in the stash now. We got 1, 2, and 5, and we just have to find a real G13 again because I think that the one we had in 2017 is gone.
Yeah, and that's going to be. Well, I mean, we got enough listeners. You never know.
It's hard to find, man.
But it's a tough
one.
Yeah, and are you talking about the Airborne? Or are you talking?
Well, that was the Airborne. I mean, obviously, Neville worked with the original.
Right.
But then Airborne was the closest thing that we could find at the time.
Mm-hmm. So wait, so what's the strain we have to put out to the world to?
Well, the legendary G13, the original.
Ooh.
Right. Which, who knows the real story to the to the Mississippi extraction of the plant, et cetera, because I've never seen them have anything good in that place. So it's like I have a faith.
Hard time believing that that's a real story. I think it was a Northwest thing, the same as the original Northern Lights, right? I mean, that makes more sense,
right? Well, and then you have the Ohio G, which is more lemony and stuff. That's kind of hard to.
I don't know if I've ever even had that one.
It's got like a more of a like a lemon.
Yeah, that original G was not lemony.
No, right.
No,
it was dirty.
It was like a heavy indica,
greasy.
Yeah, offensive. Just like I like it. You know, if it doesn't give you bad breath, it's not really up my.
It has an offensive odor.
I like a funky ass. Yeah, I like the funk.
This is a cross.
Well, does anybody out there have G? You want?
What was that, Vinny?
What?
Bluegrass, Kentucky bluegrass, featherbed bench, and Northern California Sensimilla.
Play the back nine and then get stoned to bejesus.
You can play 36 holes on it in the afternoon. Take it home and just get stoned to the bejesus belt.
We would love to have that.
Yeah, who's got it?
Who's got that?
Someone's got to have it stashed away deep into the. You know, when we're done here and I go on our little genetics tour, so we can collect everything up, maybe someone will pop out of the woodwork.
There will be a genetics tour going on next year, by the way. So if you got some rare
phenomes,
I will show up at your door.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Andy will sniff you out.
I will be there. Hey, the dude with the old stinky pinky and the Pez is ready to
stinky pinky.
We're in there.
All right.
I think he even has the heavy duty fruity. I'm not sure.
Heavy duty.
There's a few out there that definitely need to be picked up for sure. So it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully a little more successful than with Jeff Doug there. That was a struggle.
Uncut Bush had to get
Jeff Doug. Oh, that's right. He might still be there, yo. I think Jeff Doug's still up there. We might. I don't know if he still has those.
You know, when your name's Jeff Doug,
you grow some fire.
You got the fire right there.
Hey, he's got the silver pearl.
Smoke weed every day.
Who else got the real silver pearl? You know, that's a hard one to come by.
Wait, you're confusing everybody. Let's go back. We need an original G13.
Yeah, we're confusing you, though.
Well, but there's somebody out there. We have to keep them focused. They're going to be like, G13. Well, wait, they wanted Tutti Frutti Smoothie.
No, Heavy Duty Fruity.
Yeah, Heavy Duty Tutti Frutti.
You got it all wrong.
I did get it all wrong, but I got G13, which doesn't smell like hippie vagina.
We want back, you know. We want them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to have a library, you know. That's our goal.
Well, you know, it's interesting, too, because for the longest time, people held cuts of everything because really that was the only way that you knew that it is what it is, right? Because chances are, unless you make an S1, if it's any cross of anything, it's going to take years to get to the point where it's actually what you really wanted. And the fact that there's so much in between that can go wrong, right? But also with transferring all these clones, we've also passed around so many viruses that now everyone's figuring it out. Like they're like, oh man, I got it too. Like pretty much everybody, if you've got old cuts, probably has some viroid in there, you know, and it's just a matter of if it's not, some plants are totally annihilated right out of the gate. Some plants can just look pretty good, but still on a slow dwindle kick down, you know what I mean? So it's, and then I think if people, not Sensi G13 or Mr. Nice G13. That's the problem. Those are both
definitely not.
Those are both not original. So
no. Although Neville did work on that Mr. Nice for Ben.
Yeah.
But I doubt he had the original cut at that point.
Yeah, exactly. That was way later in the game.
I think that was a G13 skunk cross. Actually, the people think that it's just G13 and hash plant, but it's not. It's got skunk in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And. Yeah, it's well. The thing is, when you're with the, people always, use cut because they wanted to have the security of knowing it's the real thing, and then people finally figured out that if you grow from seed, you're going to have you might not have the exact same thing that you originally had, but you might have something better,
right,
more unique, and you can put your name on it and know that you're not going to have every other person growing it, like Blue Dream situation, right, where it's just the classic. And look at that, Matt.
Yeah,
Matt, that is Bongzilla, Matt.
Is that Matty? What's up, Matt?
Yep, shout out to
my
Matt.
Boy.
By the way, Matt, if you want to come out for Thanksgiving, OG Flargle will be in town too.
Flargle.
So, OG Flargle.
OG Flargle.
OG Flargle.
OG Flargle.
So yeah, just get the message out there. But yeah, it's tough. So now I think people are like, so a lot of cuts got lost over the,
Totally.
because people are like, nope, can't keep that, or I'm going to grow only from seed. Like, it's a lot of facilities are starting from seed.
Right.
But sure enough, when you take a cut in, you almost 99% of the time get some fucking something from it. Usually it's very hard to get clean cuts from anybody, especially from Colorado, places like that. It's like, I've heard horror stories. People bring cuts from here to New England, completely fucking wipe out everything that's there, plus their own things, because they bring in all sorts of fucking russet mites or
the russets.
It's like, no.
Let's play Cowboys versus Indians. Hey, I'll poison you all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much without knowing. I mean,
exactly.
It was not intentional at all.
Right.
It was
smallpox.
Yeah, smallpox in the blanket.
But I think now the deal is going to be like tissue cultured, cleaned, certified. You know what I mean? That's going to be the next sort of step up. That's why
do you think maybe
the Bros on Point and all the people that who put that extra energy through, you get a cleaned up new version of the same thing.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's like almost like no one's going to want the uncertified.
You're not going to want to take a chance.
Totally. I think Keith's onto something with what he's doing over there, and I think if we could get the gravity back, because it may still be out there. I got one guy who brought it to us, remember, a couple of years ago, and that fizzled out on us. I wonder if everything we thought was genetic drift was actually that virus. What do you think?
Well, definitely
you know what I mean?
Misdiagnosed along the way,
that's what I mean,
for sure. And it's I think it's like a lot of things. If you're not aware of it, you're really not going to unless you're working in some sort of corporate thing that you got the money to do that, because
how would you know?
And I think I've always said that it's the same thing. If you take cut off a cut, it's every time you open the plant up, you're giving it a chance to get either a virus or something. Right. So I've always kind of said that it's not really genetic drift. It's just bad handling, really.
That makes so much more sense, because genetic drift seems to be
it's not. I mean, genetics
was overplayed back in the day,
and really, if you talk to somebody I've heard multiple times where it's just like, no, that's not how genetics work.
Right.
They are, they're not like chipping away at the ends.
We're not taking down their DNA.
No.
Like all of a sudden you splice the DNA with the razor blade while you're cutting the 45-degree angle.
It could happen, man.
It could
totally happen, man. Totally.
And we could give the plants that have the virus, Tamiflu, and maybe.
That might work.
Moderna.
No? Yeah, Moderna. Yeah, there you go. Give it a
Pfizer.
shot.
Yeah, but it needs a booster every cycle.
Yeah,
it's okay. Giving all the spike proteins. Right?
Yeah, don't listen to Dave. He's just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, don't listen to Dave. Yeah, it's full of shit.
I never listen to Dave. You know that.
Yes, you do.
That's why you got those big headphones on.
That's right. This side is completely on, like
just blocked
out. Only listening to this side.
It's like playing in a band with somebody, and you find out when you're listening to their mix.
Yeah.
You're like, motherfucker, I'm not even in your mix.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Adam, can you hear me?
Play it again.
Adam.
So anyway.
Hey, look at that. That's Uncle Andy before he shaved.
Are we on Google now? What's going on?
What happened?
Before I
Are we
shaved.
searching?
We can't grow a mustache. You know that.
No.
Dude, it takes me like seven days just to show stubble. It's pretty sad.
We drove all the way out here. It's harvest time. You're sitting in the chair.
Yep.
And your hands are empty.
Well, that's because we're cutting it. It's not dry and cured yet. Like I don't dry it 7 days and just start handing it out. You know.
Got it.
We've only harvested. We probably
5 days. Dave was like 5 days. That's enough.
No, I'm just saying you could bring. He brought us something to look at here. I mean, it exists.
It's all right.
Well, I don't want to like stomp on everybody's parade and rust out the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Let the throw
kids
it
do
down.
first.
Look at Strap. He just the shot across the bow there, Strappy McStrapter.
I've been helping him out, man. He's a good student. He's a good student. You know what I mean? Like he's young. He's only in his 30s, man. He's a young kid, you know. Who knows? He's got the heart of a lion, man. He's all about it. You should see him. He takes care of his plants the way.
We're gonna need security to help Uncle Andy leave the room. Strap's a Marine, man. I don't know if he's gonna take that.
Oh,
yeah. He's been trained, man. He's gonna.
Hey, I've been in the drug war since I was 2 years old. So come on.
I don't know. I heard him. I heard when he was like he said something like, "This is Brain Strap over at the farmhouse copy." He got all military on us.
He's calling in reinforcements, man.
It's like you're calling in for some.
Yeah. If there's a camouflaged tank out front, then I'll worry. Yeah.
A camouflaged tank.
He's got one in his. Well, I'm not supposed to, but he's got one in his backyard.
What?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
What do you want?
He keeps a tank at home.
Oh yeah.
I thought Ras Dogs was the only person
That's how we
who
keep
did that.
security around here, you know.
Oh, he's coming on. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Coming on.
No, wait.
Oh, he's got it.
Okay.
It's coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
Bring in the kid.
Are we gonna be able to get him on camera?
I don't know. If Vinny's a master, he'll do it.
Vinny will figure it out.
He's got 3
Take
cameras.
the fat camera that you've been putting on me and put it on him.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, give him two microphones.
2 microphones. Man, that guy.
Look at this guy.
Oh,
Demanding.
is this where the party's at?
Oh.
I don't know if I'm worthy.
You're not, because you're not on film. You're not worthy of being on film, but you're worthy of talking to us.
I got a doobie right here. You guys want to smoke some boof?
Whoa.
Oh, I mean, top tier
Post
flower.
booth or
Wait, do you have to like smoke it with your ass, or what does that
Exactly.
mean?
Why do you call it boof?
Yeah, why is it boof?
This is for the boof cup.
why is it going to be booth?
That's that Indiana talk, is what that is.
The booth cup is going on. The booth cup is
There
happening.
have been times where there have been
See, he was
some
paying
boof come
attention to the
through
show.
Indiana.
Booth cup. Shout out to the
Take what
booth
you
cup.
can get sometimes.
You don't remember the booth cup?
You know,
Yeah, there you go. We
you
got
guys
come
have
on,
trained me. Every time I hear that word, I want to go, oh, come
Dude,
on.
we were at Ras and Dog's place.
I remember.
They said booth cup about 400 times.
know. But it was on the show. I have to forget what was on the show.
Shout out to booth cup. There you go.
Shout out to the booth cup.
So there he is. Look,
Strappy McStrapter.
Squozed in. He squozed right in there.
Man, this is nice.
Yep.
So thanks for
Feels good in here. It's
attempting
warm in here.
to give us a report. We had to it was a little confusing, but it was good. We heard everything.
Okay, cool.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I tried to get some
but
cool
I don't know.
shots
I
of
think
that.
maybe on the final, when it goes uploaded, it might all be there. So then it's just going to be confusing even worse because it's going to be us talking over.
Oh, that's going to really? You think it will be on the?
I don't know. I'm thinking it will.
It's kind of a bummer because this show always goes so smooth. So
Oh yeah, you know.
kind of
You've obviously only watched
Vinny,
one or two.
Vinny,
episodes.
turn his mic
I
off.
think that was sarcasm, actually. A little
You can't
No,
tell
I
with these
think
young
Indiana sarcasm.
with these young whippersnappers. You know,
You still using General Hydroponics?
No. No. I got the new Millennium now.
Good boy. Good boy.
And I got all kinds of stuff.
Didn't you get some
I got King
culture?
Carp. I got some cultured bloom.
Got the culture
and
biologics to get them on the bloom, so we can have tasty flowers now.
the flower part.
You guys, if
got
you're
some-
not paying
I got-
attention, it probably sounds like you guys really like each other, but realizing that you're ripping the
I got
shit
some
out of them.
outdoor organic coming down soon. So that's all the brain strap crosses I did with the garlic breath. Those all look really good.
The brain strap
So
crosses.
I'll be tasting those. In
how's
about
it?
a week.
How are they all dealing with the weather out here and stuff?
They're down, dude. I pulled them all.
Oh, they're down. Okay.
Every one of them.
So you obviously didn't do very good. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, some of them were ready. Some of them it was like they maybe needed another week. But I was just like, I don't even want to wait because of the weather out here. Because I don't want to wake up to frost burnt bud. I was just like, boom, pulled them, whole plant hang. We'll do the hand trim. I won't machine trim this.
What do you think your name is Uncut Bush for?
What happened? What is
He
it?
said, I hate trimming 6 plants, let alone 3,000. I was like, I didn't think you trimmed any plants. I thought you were just like,
plants.
forget about it.
Yeah,
You go with your name.
3,000. You got
I
to
don't think
trim
6
for that.
plants counts as a trim, does it? That's not even. That's a warm up.
Yeah, but it depends on the plants. I mean, 6 plants in Oregon would be like
the
month
Avenue at
and
the
a half
Giants,
of trimming. A
that's
month
like
and a half of trimming.
58 pounds. So
If they were massive genetics.
yeah, well, the ones we did in Southern Oregon at the Applegate were all 8 to 10 pounds apiece. That was pretty sweet.
Wet? Dry?
Oh, dry. I know.
Obi-Wan, you are.
I didn't even know they weighed plants wet until I got here. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, welcome to Metric.
I know. I hate Metric. You know what? I want to raid their facilities and like go talk to them and be like, look, guys, what is going on? Like, why do they make things so hard on people? This is already hard
It's
enough.
the original money grab.
Oh, it's so.
Are you kidding
But how
me?
do they even get money out of it? Oh, because they fine people.
Because it's the software of choice, man.
It's so garbage.
Uh-oh.
Am I not supposed to say that?
Your Metric
'Cause
just
I meant
crashed.
it. Yeah, whatever.
It would crash anyway.
They can kiss my grits.
That shit is crap. Whoa, look at that, dude. What's going on? Vinny, woo.
Whoa.
What happened?
Get crazy.
We're doing the
What'd Vinny do?
ghosted us.
Made us disappear. And we disappeared. Snap. Come on, Vinny. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
Shit. Here, all right.
Oh, now it's fucked up.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
half
you
back.
totally fucked it up.
Half back, 3/4 back.
Mark, we love you more and more and more. Oh, no, I love you, Vinny. Just kidding. Can you hear me, Vinny? Oh, he doesn't have a microphone. He has headphones, but no microphone. So
If you
Strap,
vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
Yes, Dave.
Pedro. Strap, what strain's coming down next? Like when we come back next month, what are you going to have for us?
Garlic Breath 2.0. Be back on the menu.
Nice.
Garlic Breath 2.0.
Yep. Garlic Breath 2.0, phenotype number 3, the dank pheno.
It sounds like a
What is it, a movie or something?
The other one's pretty frosty, but this one, like, it's just like kind of
The other
horrid
one
rotten.
was pretty frosty, but this one.
Wasn't the other one the more visually stunning, but the one you're talking about is the one that smoked better?
Yeah, the one I'm talking about, it smokes and it smells better. The other one is just, it's really frosty. They both taste good. I mean, shout out Thug Pug. He does some good work. Most people know what his gear goes for, and it always sells on auctions, and people are always looking for his stuff. You know, no disrespect, but
Nobody can talk about any other breeders on my show except me.
No, but
I don't.
It is. It's really horrid. Like you said, it's offensive. It's foul. I think it's so far it's bred really well with some of the sweeter, kind of hypier stuff.
So your 2.0 is a S1 of it, or what is it?
The 2.0 is just it's just a regular. What it is? What do you mean? Like an S1? No, it's not an S1. It's a regular seed from Thug Pug. Thug Pug never did S1s.
No, okay, you didn't make it like a 2.0 from. I thought maybe like you got.
No. This is just Thugs.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. This is just his phenotype that I grew out of a seed pack out of Garlic Breath 2.0 that I had. You know, where it was 50-50 male and female. I had to pull out of it. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. So
it's like 350.
Tell me about the
too.
one you gave us today, the Purple Punch.
Yeah, that's from Barney's Farm. That is an S1.
Barney's Farm. Oh my god.
Oh my god! It's our boy Derry's in the house. What's going on?
Wait, Barney's from Amsterdam?
Hey, yeah,
that's an S1.
That's Derry, man. He's a character. Let me tell you what. That was your neighbor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They make a good breakfast.
We would always
There's a couple floating around.
We would always
in the
say,
valley,
like,
too.
every time you go to like an event and he was there, it was like the more wasted he got, the more buttons would come down. Like,
Yes.
Like at a certain point, he'd have his
Oh, he was a player.
yeah, he's like
He was
down,
a player.
Like he'd undo the first button, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, watch, he's gonna fight." Like a little while later, a second button, and then
I
by
see
the
a belly
third,
button.
once you get to the third button, he was getting real loose, and then if it was all wide open, chopped.
Hey, you know what? That dude was a good host when you'd show up there if you knew your ganja. He was all about it. But if you didn't know, he would serve you up. I remember one time Ludacris came to Amsterdam when we were over there, and they called ahead. They called ahead to say, oh yeah, we want to come over. I got Ludacris here, blah blah blah. And Derry hangs on the phone. He's like, you know who Ludacris is? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, he's this rapper dude. He's like, oh, okay. They just called and said they're coming over. I'm like, oh, cool. And they show up, and they expected the whole place to be cleared out for Ludacris. And Derry was like, Derry's like, Yeah, no, we don't do that. Like, just shunned them off. Like, we don't care about all that nonsense. It was hilarious. Like, they literally expected all this VIP shit, and Derry was like,
I'm seeing in my head right now that Saturday Night Live skit where they go, and now presenting Lord and Lady Douchebag.
Yeah.
Clear it out. Come on. They didn't clear it out for Adam Dunn. They're not clearing it out for Ludacris.
They don't clear it out for anybody.
In Amsterdam, they do not clear it out.
They don't play that.
There's not enough room to be doing any of that bullshit. You know, it's like you're just turning and churning people in and out. So
yeah,
it's like,
of course. Especially at Barney's, where it's the only place open before noon. Like,
breakfast.
No other place is open over there at noon. Yeah. In fact, there were signs on the window that said noonish for opening. Not noon, noonish. Oh, okay.
Noonish.
That's how we do ours sometimes. We do 4:20ish and 7:10ish.
Well, of course, that's the Amsterdam menu.
And I knew this is going to be one of those. It's Mercury retrograde right now, too, guys. Yes, it is.
It's what?
Mercury retrograde.
Dave retrograde.
So, how many things broke down today?
I was off today, actually. So I went, did some laundry, got that out of the way, got the oil changed.
Did the car
some,
break
like
down?
Adulting.
Did you lock your keys in the car?
But I did cut my finger on the twister. So
you cut your finger on the twister? Mercury retrograde.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
It was official.
No, but it was bleeding everywhere, too. It was bad.
It was funny though, because on the way here I stopped at this gas station, and as we pulled in, there was an accident there, and there was a kid who had hit some Mexican family, and his car got totaled, and they were just like, they had some minivan. It looked like I'm pretty sure it was their fault, just by the way the cop was talking to the kid, like, hey, your car's totaled. Anyway, I was watching that go down. I go to the pump. The lady's like, it's not going to work, and I'm like, it's working, and I'm just like, whatever. It says it's working. Of course, it's not working. I have to go inside because it's like things all fucked up. I come out. I swear to God, it was the slowest dispensing of gas ever, and I'd already paid $60 inside because I had to walk inside. I couldn't just stop and go. I was like, now I got to walk back in and like say, stop it, give me my money back, or just sit here and wait. And Vinny, how much weed did you smoke while I was there? Like 4 bowls. He went and stood by the cop, smoked 4 bowls, and then,
what do you mean stood by the cop?
Because there was a cop. Yeah,
Colorado?
He was like, oh, there's a cop. Let me go stand over there. Smoke some weed next to him. Oh, damn. That's what Vinny's on it. But no, and then I just watched this thing go like, ding. It was going quick on the pennies, but it was not going quick anywhere else.
Somebody flushed a toilet and it slowed down.
And then, I was just sitting there watching it, and it was just like I had 3 people pull up, and I was just like, don't waste your time. Keep going. Just go to another gas station. You're going to be here forever. And I just sat there, and I was like, oh my God. It took 20 minutes or something. It took so long that when I got back on the road, we went from like being here by 3:45 to being here by like 4:10. I was like,
4:08.
How the fuck did that happen? I was like, anyway.
I got that text from Vinny once you guys got back on the road. Actually, now I understand.
Yeah, it was funny. It was so the Mercury retrograde part was that that was all failing. At the same time, I go to fucking open my thing, and it like I can't get my thing open. I had to like break into my gas cap thing because it's like so it's like classic. It's happening.
And you rode a motorcycle though.
Of course.
Yeah, that thing's badass.
It is pretty badass. Huh?
Yeah, it's electric, guys. I thought that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it makes like if you were writing a movie 30 years from now on an electric bike.
It's a KTM XC free ride if you want to check it out.
Yeah. And Nick has one too.
Nick has a little Husqvarna, but yeah, thing's pretty sick. It's a future right now. Like you pretty much look at like fucking Tesla plaids, like ripping, like go. Basically, they won't even let them go to like a racetrack because technically they need a harness and a parachute because it goes so fast.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, they're crazy.
And so it's like, yeah,
it's so quiet too.
And that's it's all about the battery
harness and a parachute.
Yeah, they say they won't let it.
You heard it here.
They won't let it on the track. That was Jason King posted that. He said like he wanted to bring it to the track, and they're like, no, you would need to mount all that shit. Yeah, he's got himself a plaid.
Look at Strap smiling.
That's
like
hilarious.
I'm gonna have one of these.
Is he hanging out with McAllister?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
sick,
one of these right after harvest.
I saw McAllister there.
I know.
Shout out to Greg.
Yeah.
What was he saying? Paul can travel how far?
Huh?
How
like
far?
100 miles or something like that.
It depends on. I mean, obviously depends a lot.
Of course, it can.
Could go if it's dry, like out here, it probably goes really far.
I found a few seeds. It was weird. It was out on the edge of the plot. So it was like I feel like someone just kind of let something funky go, or
Well, that's, I mean,
male. We could have.
I got hit in the backyard a little bit too.
Seed from last year, did you?
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
Not bad though.
No.
Sons of
So far.
bitches.
You would expect. I mean, that's kind of like it's coming.
My
from
neighbor was growing a male next to me this year. I pulled it though.
That's because you gave him.
Shout out Brian.
He gave him the
Just
plants, and he blames the dude for it.
No. This was seeds he was throwing out in his garage, and the seeds landed into like cracks in the concrete, and it was like hemp coming up, where he had a bunch of hemp from the year before. But he was growing males, and they had clear as day. They had pollen sacs, and they were starting to open up. And I just was like, whoop, yank.
Yeah, get that out of
I
here.
yanked it out. I didn't even tell him about it either. He's probably pissed, like, where the hell did my plant go? But he's not going to do anything
That's
with it. You know,
dangerous
he's
out here.
older. He's just growing it for like salves and lotions and stuff like that. I don't even think he smokes the herb.
Yeah, and
he's got COPD. Actually, I know he doesn't smoke. So
Well, you get the reversals too, where you get like hemp getting pollinated by weed and weed getting pollinated by hemp, and it's like, just obviously very little of the hemp seed would get grown, but if it did, it would be the hottest hemp seed ever. You'd be like, well, that's
right.
14% THC. What the hell's going on? It's supposed to be 0.3.
And then the opposite is you grow out the ones that you thought you were crossed, mystery cross, and next thing you know, it's half hemp, and you're like,
yeah.
Look at this fibery flower.
Fiber weed.
I mean,
fiber flower. Ugh.
The shitty part is that it could easily make it into the mix if it grew really well. You know what I mean? Like if it was just one of those things where, oh my God, this thing's frost resistant, this resistant, that resistant, and they don't understand the nuances there. You know what I mean? It'd be like terrible. But I
mean, there's people that like autos.
That's where a lot of autos.
Who are those people?
You tried?
It just didn't turn out. I don't know. The taste wasn't there. I gave it all to a buddy. He cured it out, and it cured nice. G13 Kush Auto, Gucci Dream, which is Gucci times Blue Dream.
Gucci
times Blue Dream.
Yeah. And then I did
I'm not going to answer that one.
Killer OG Auto. Yeah.
I think, you know what? That trades against the rules.
Then it's times Blue Dream. Why would you ever pop that? Like, why would you even think about popping that?
It was just a freebie
Against
I
the
had, and I
rules.
just wanted to see what it would do.
Like, neither of those things make me want to.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I got a Blue Dream out there. I had to test it.
Oh, a real blue. Okay, so the thing about Blue Dream is
it's a Santa Cruz cut.
Yeah, the thing about the Blue Dream is it's a fucking easy plant to grow. Yeah. And the reason that it was so popular was because it was consistent as fuck. So
super consistent, and you get twice the weight of anything else.
And like, and like I went to farms with one guy with just massive plants, and there were just no issues at all. Like, because they're just like, they're kind of like no-brainer plants to grow compared to
super easy, never has a problem, no bugs, no nothing.
Right. It's definitely got a good resistance to it. So I mean, it has some qualities.
What's that?
Yeah. Tired of that chat. What are you doing?
I don't.
You're gonna go a new message.
A new message. There you go.
Got it.
I mean, it's nice to pull it down early, but the taste just wasn't really there.
Mark told me that
that's
you
the
can do
thing is
this. It's supposed to go
we don't let
halfway.
our friends go.
I see Uranus. That's what I see. Oh, there it is.
I'm going to try some Skywalker OG autos. I got some of those. I'm going to try next year.
Tell him that's
Just going to throw them out.
I mean,
Just see what happens.
There's definitely.
He won't listen to me.
Direct seed in the ground, man.
Yeah, exactly. Did you do that this year? Or?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
Yeah, direct seed in the ground. Yeah.
Or just
Full
big
backyard.
enough, or maybe just next time, just put it in a big enough pot that you can regulate. Because
Oh, man. This ground's starting to rip now. Got the cover crop going.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
It's nice over there for sure.
I was gonna say because maybe it was just
year 2,
more clay or.
No, because the other plants around them were very nice. That's where you put all of them. So it wasn't like it was one spot or the other. It was the same. It's just
No, definitely, Greg.
autos,
Definitely,
dude.
Greg. It definitely does not equal NL haste. I can guarantee.
No,
that.
that's no.
I can guarantee that.
It's a super silver haze by Blueberry.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Is super silver, like you saw with those crosses, it makes just amazing.
Right. With the
plants.
JCP is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
of course, that has blockhead too, so that's one of the biggest.
Certain things, just kind of always lend like quality to the mix. That's one of them.
Totally. Yeah, that's a good parent plant.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to have the pre Super Silver Haze 5x Haze. That would be nice. Hopefully we can hunt those down this winter.
There you go, more hunting.
Get your mouse off the screen. See,
oh.
I fixed it. Just keep your mouse off there. There we go. We're good. We're good. I fixed it.
All right.
Dave fixed it.
Dave fixed it.
Hey, Dave.
Dave fixed it. Dave.
There it goes.
Yeah.
There it goes.
See, now we can go smoke a cigarette. Go smoke a cigarette. I fixed it.
It's all good. We're in charge. Dave's in charge.
No.
It only took 2 hours to find that.
Just don't touch the mouse.
Yeah. No mouse touching.
No mouse touching. Oh, he did it.
No.
Go smoke a cigarette.
Harvesting every day, though. That's pretty much been
fantastic.
the goal.
Good for you.
Down here for the last, he's been at it a week longer than me, so.
And he's shorthanded.
Yeah, they're rolling with 4 guys over there?
Oh, thank you, Mark. I mean, Vinny. I mean, Mark.
Mini.
Mark
and Vinny is
TI?
Mini. That's Mini. We call them Mini together as a couple.
Hey, shout out to Apothecary Extracts. Crescendo sour cookies.
It's either Vark or Mini or
Gelato
Mini, so
cake. Mac Mosa.
What's going on there?
Nice.
Oh.
What do we got? What is
Service.
Now we're talking.
What is it?
Alien chocolates. Wow.
Wow.
Mushroom
Oh, yeah,
chocolates.
that's for Dave, the big one. Yeah.
Which one? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is this? Is this your stuff? This is no.
That's for you, Dave.
No, fuck you.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, but the last time they said that, he goes, it's like 30, 40 milligrams. And Mark and I were fucking high.
No mushrooms, no. It's just,
Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
Nice.
Dave,
Thanks,
did you get
man.
one?
I don't want this big one.
give that to Mike.
I'll eat them all. I don't give a,
I'll eat them all, man.
Yeah, man. Remember when?
Here you go.
Remember when Chris Bliss was in town with the big bag of all those things back in Amsterdam? That shit was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got sick off them. Too many candy bars.
Shout out to Chocolata.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite edible.
No, these ones. They got some kick to them.
These ones?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You'll definitely.
Right on. I could use some good sleep tonight.
You'll get that thing in the morning where you're like, why are my eyes sealed shut?
Telling you.
And then you get kind of like puffy, and you're like, oh.
I don't sleep good during
Why? You are our number one fan.
What, Dave's?
Why do you have to bring that up?
Virginia?
What's Virginia?
What's Virginia?
What's Virginia?
Is that like a? Wow.
Is that a new cookie?
I don't
you
think
make
that means what you think it means.
It sounds like a new cookie you might be making.
I might make a moist Virginia cookie.
Yeah.
He might.
Okay. No.
Right on.
And popcorn farts aren't really. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
What is a
Dead
popcorn?
stories. Oh no, we've already done it.
You missed it.
You missed it
This one time at Dead Tour. No, but we did. It was fun reminiscing with Keith about how really good cannabis, the I don't want to say the breeding, but the found seed bags back in the early '90s.
Yeah.
Followed Dead Tour. I mean, it really did. It followed Dead Tour around the country, and if you were in that scene, it was not a dead story. It's a story of cannabis. It's how cannabis traveled across the nation, and people would pick up these seeds and plant it when you come back the following year, and they'd be like, check this out.
Right. Well, that's because they weren't getting pollinated
It's the adult show and tell. That's what I was. It's like and I always think about it too. It's like if you looked at a group of kids and there's always like one super enthusiastic for show and tell. I was super enthusiastic for show and tell because I'd always try to bring the weirdest shit possible. What's the weirdest
thing? In your class.
What's the weirdest thing I can find? Like my mom has, she had a Tibetan prayer bowl that was a human skull, and it had silver inline on where on the cranium thing. Open at the top, and so I brought that to school, and it was like, they were like, what the fuck are you doing? And I came in, they're like, so what do you have, Adam? And I was all, Tibetan prayer bowl, and they were like, is that a human skull?
I don't think you should have that.
They're like,
young
is
man.
that even legal? And I was like, yeah, it's okay. My mom got it from Tibet. So it's cool.
My mom didn't kill the guy. She just took it home.
She didn't make it. She didn't make it.
Donated to science.
But it was it was pretty funny. So yeah, show and tell is definitely a stoner thing. I think like if you because that's what we're all doing, right? We're all pulling out something, showing each other.
Oh yeah, check
and
out
whoever's,
these ones.
And whoever's got
I
the
drew
best
this one.
wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just like that's about as far as we got between that and like slinging quarters and getting free joints, and that's pretty much how it all. That's like that was the business 101 without knowing you're doing it.
I'm the guy though, but I'm the guy that should be judging it because I'm not trying to make my plant better than your plant because I don't have plant. I'm the consumer judge.
Oh yeah, you were the custy.
These days we just try and
Custy Dave. They call him Custy Dave.
What do you want me to say? Every weed I try is fantastic. You do want me to say if I think it sucks. I'm not with you in the room. I'm going to wait for you to leave.
Yeah.
But
no.
By the way, Andy, can you leave the room for just a minute?
Listen. The main reason that a lot of this swag gets passed around, the cuts and all that, is because people aren't more critical on cannabis. They have no idea what they're talking about when they're judging it. So it's like, like back in the early 90s, you go over to Amsterdam and go to NorCal and places like that. People knew, every single person you interacted with knew what they were talking about, because they had to. But now it's like, there's
a lot of people now who haven't. People who haven't even smoked flower. They're just like, I only smoke
that's what I mean.
I only smoke
That's
oil.
what I mean. Yeah,
and you're like, you do realize that this is like
the palate isn't really developed in any way.
They're in the phase of if it's not swag, it's kind bud. So there's two kinds of cannabis for them. It's swag or kind bud.
Yeah.
Let them get past it, and then they'll be like, wait a minute, there's varietals? It's like wine? What?
genetics.
Oh, geez. Greenhouse Seeds took 50% haze and mixed it with two other strains, the Indica Northern Lights and the Hybrid Skunk No. 1.
Sounds like old crosses.
So was that your Northern Lights, Greg, or Old Dudes, or which one was it? Because I know Greenhouse Seeds was cool until Scott left and Ariane just decided to trademark all the names and.
Again, you're confusing. We just want G13. Who's got the original G13 that's not from where are the two places we don't want it from?
That's strange that now we're talking to like a chat room. Like all of a sudden we went to like interacting with the. It's almost like a video. It's like a video game. It's
fun. It keeps things going.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is sometimes, and when you're walking,
they know their shit.
For sure. Well, we got Greg in there. We're talking about this.
Of course.
Yeah, he's like a teacher for us.
Tell us.
Blueberry has NL genetics too.
See,
question mark.
NL came from me. See, he's
Whoa.
the guy, dude.
There we are.
That's what I mean.
Come on the show.
Yeah, man.
Call in.
He's been invited.
He's out in Hawaii.
He's called in a few times. It's funny because I was like one point I was like, come on, you got to come on, and he was like, nah. Kind of just taking it easy, and then like the next week he was on some show. I was like, come on, Greg, come on, my
hey,
know,
the waves come. You never know. It just washes over you.
It's okay. We'll get him sometime.
I was able to hand Rosendog some brain strap genetics in New York last week.
Oh, cool, man! Appreciate that.
The garlic jelly.
Oh, cool.
And the what was the other one?
Probably Funk Punch.
Funk Punch, that was it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's excited.
Yeah, everyone's so far so good. Everyone looks good on their crops. I'm getting a lot of good feedback, a lot of good pictures. Yeah, if anybody wants any beans, hit me up. I'll send out a free pack your way. As long as you're in the States, man. Like, I did a little giveaway, and like the first two people to hit me up were from Spain and Ireland.
Can't do it.
This is tough, man. And then the freaking post office burnt down for a while, so we didn't even have a post office for 2 months, man.
No
like we had to drive to Crestone to get our mail, so I was like making trips back and forth to Crestone just to like keep pumping packs out, just keep, man of my word, get it out.
Isn't Crestone only like 15 minutes from here though? Right?
No, it's about 20, 25.
It's an easy drive.
It's not a bad drive.
Listen
but
to him making it sound like
it's like an event. It's, a morning event.
That's nothing. But
you spend more time in the bathroom in the morning, man. You can drive to Crestone.
No, I don't really. I'm in and out.
Oh, that's right. You're a Marine.
In and out, dude.
He marches up.
Got places I got to be.
I got places I got to.
And what about you, Andy? Got any? Are you doing any genetics right now, or are you just straight up growing?
No, yeah, just gonna finish out this crop here. It's all just rec growth. So we got like 26 or 27 varieties out there.
Right on.
It's pretty intense right now. Yeah, I was chopping all day.
First one's down with the bubble gums.
First one's down, came down with the bubble gums. The best, I'll be honest, right now, the best flower that I have out there out of all the cuts is the Sage and Sour right now.
Really?
It is. It's massive. It's frosty. It's purple and green and happy and what? I got chocolate on my nose. Well, for this dude, oh please. Look, I made those seeds back in the day, so it don't matter.
You're taking credit for the bubble gum?
I think that's what we were smoking.
The Sage and Sour, but I was just kidding. I didn't make those seeds.
We were smoking Sage and Sour when Adam, I think, when that timeline when you got COVID down here, that's what he brought down, was smoking Sage and Sour.
Right? Is that how you guys all got COVID?
No, that's how you got COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, none of us got it.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
Sage and Sour. Thanks.
Oh, it was Sage and Sour as a super spreader?
Yeah.
Well, he had the jar of Sage and Sour.
Everyone was smelling
like rolling it up, passing it around the circle.
Yeah. It's kind of like the way Keith used to tell stories back in the day. Like, you would grow this just fire, stinky weed. If you weren't careful, led to, the men and women of law enforcement showing
Oh, yeah.
up. That's it. It was the COVID that got spread in the jar because everybody was smelling the jar. It was so fantastic.
Yeah.
But none of us. What are we smoking here?
I'm smoking some of that punch that you told me not to fucking smoke, which I'm like, never gonna listen to you.
Yeah, that's well.
I just needed it.
It's like George Costanza. You do the opposite.
Yeah.
I would like tuna salad. My name is George, and I live with my parents.
Yeah. She's all,
hi. You just ordered the same lunch as me. I miss Seinfeld.
Yeah, me too. That was my
How did we get on this? We're the cannabis show that doesn't talk about weed. We talk about Seinfeld.
We talk about Seinfeld shows.
Hey.
We love you, Rosin Dogs. Rosin Dogs. Mr. Dogs. Yes. Oh, Sir Doggy.
Hey, if anybody out there has a badge in Colorado and works in the industry, now's the time to come on down and give us a hand. We could always use labor here at Area 420. So
we have shackles. I mean, we have rooms waiting for you.
What are we paying down here per hour?
Right now it's right around probably 17 to 20, depending on experience. But like later, as harvest goes on, the price kind of starts to go up. Whereas last year it got up to like 25 an hour. Which isn't too bad.
So you have to have your badge. Don't call up Brainstrap and say, I'm thinking of getting my badge. You can just go get one.
Yeah,
okay?
and you can be an out-of-state resident and still work in the Colorado cannabis industry. So you can apply online, get your badge in 10 to 14 days, and ship right out here to Colorado to grind it out for a couple weeks if you want. Like, they allow you to do that.
No, I am all for you putting that out there, but let's get it out there. This is not the easiest town to find a place to stay, but it's not for everybody. If you can live out here, oh my gosh, this is a fun place to be. Okay, I mean, this is. You have to see it. It is a cannabis industrial park. There are just under 60 operators out here. There's a couple of hot springs, if that's your thing. And there's dunes and trails, but you're going to be working your ass off, so I'm not going to tell you about the fun things.
There's not a lot of bridges to live under, but there's definitely lots of things.
Yes.
So you better
you better have a sleeping camper or either...
or a friend.
Or a friend.
Yeah, someone who can put you up.
But up to $25 an hour is good for this industry right now, and
great.
We have nowhere to spend it down here, so that's perfect.
Right?
You just
Dollar General, it's a
Dollar General.
Everything's it's not $1 anymore, right? They're raising their prices.
Oh yeah,
no, that's Dollar Tree.
That is nothing. Like nothing in that place is $1 hardly. It looks like
no.
How do they get in touch with you if they do want to work for you?
Hey, you can reach out to me directly at Brainstrap on Instagram, or you can reach out at us on Instagram at ColoradoArea420.com.
And what about Uncle Andy? What's your
or just at Colorado Area 420 on
these
Instagram.
days?
Dude, I still have a Yahoo email.
So that's a no.
That's a big no.
No on Instagram.
I think I've been on Instagram twice, and it wasn't on purpose. It was like a total accident.
Or Facebook. You can hit us up on Facebook.
I'm a dinosaur. What can you do? Well, what is? Oh, look at this dude. That's old school.
You're on Facebook though. I see you. I see you, Andy.
I'm on Facebook. Yeah, but I got to keep in touch with my high school friends.
Andy's early morning, 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. posts. Up and at 'em. Early bird gets the worm.
I get up when Adam goes to sleep. That's how we do. You know. That way we're covered 24/7. Right.
That's pretty much the way it was. Yeah.
That's how we do.
Well, nice. Well,
let's shout out to some people.
We got to do some shout outs.
Yep. Pay the bills.
Oh, now that you're using New Millennium, you have to start it all off.
Yeah. Tell us about New Millennium Nutrients.
Tell us how
I'm using the Frost currently.
Nice.
So
took my suggestion.
I just finished using the Frost. Now I'm just full flush.
You listened to me very well.
Yeah.
See, there's one thing you want to get.
Your kid grew up.
I was going to use it,
no,
man.
He's like kid too. He's a little bit like kid too, isn't he?
But he's listening though.
No, the kid.
I just needed to use out the nudes that I currently had. I already bought nudes, so I was like, well, I'm just going to use these out. Once these run out, then I'll use the stuff. And Andy's usually hooking it up. And if you can get a pretty good deal, I'll throw him some cash and I'll bring it back down from Denver, from like, I don't know, Key to Life to New Mill to...
Ziggity wiggity bang. Nice. Well, if you haven't tried New Millennium yet, you can contact them at newmillenniumnutrients.com. Tell them you want the done deal.
That's really good. That's really fucking good.
Are you glad you didn't? Are you glad you didn't?
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Okay.
Thank you for not listening to me.
You know, Bo type of thing.
Bo type of thing. Well,
you know, you remember the old Bo Jackson commercials? You know, and Bo knows.
Oh, Bo knows.
I was thinking, you know,
Adam
Bo
knows.
He does.
Yeah.
No,
you know
Bo.
Adam.
Bo knows.
No, Bo.
Bo knows.
Bo knows.
Bo knows.
Yeah.
Bo.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bo.
Shout out to Bo and Lee. Don't forget Lee. Don't forget Lee.
Don't forget.
Oh yeah, and shout out to Lee. My bad.
I always think of like the Dukes of Hazzard. Like Bo and Lee. It's like
Bo is
Luke and Bo and Luke Duke.
I know, but it's Bo and Lee.
And Uncle Jesse.
Yeah, for sure.
Cletus.
Yeah, the garlic breath is being grown with the Frost right now. It's finishing out with Frost.
Breath being frosted out.
Frosted out, dude.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, New Millennium. Go to newmillenniumnutrients.com. Enter done deal at checkout, and you're going to get 10% off or something
You
like
get a reach
that.
around from Dave.
You're not getting a reach around from Dave.
You will.
Not going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Nope.
All right, next. Medically
correct. Bob, Rick, we love you guys. Stephen Chang, shout out to the Changer. We'll see all you guys in
the Changer
in Las Vegas. That's your new nickname.
The Changer.
Nove luxury chocolates.
Him and Wing Wang should hang out.
Quick extra. Oh, come on. Quick effect extract.
Wing Wang Chang.
Incredibles edibles.
Changer.
And
Wing Wang
True
Changer.
Pura CBD. Go to truepura.com. Enter done deal at checkout. You're going to get 20% off your order. It is quality CBD. It is not gas station CBD. It is fantastic. The tincture I attribute to saving my dog's life. It is a wonderful. I use their pain cream on my back, and when I throw my back out, it usually hurts for a month. It's been gone now. I want to say it lasted a week. So it cut me down by 3 weeks of pain using that stuff. So go to truepura.com, enter done deal at checkout, and you're going to get a discount.
Don't tell him you know me.
I know, that's the other one.
That's not going to work.
True Pure. I thought it was fucking Mark's mom. Isn't it Mark's mom?
That's right. That's the code, Mark's mom. Well, no, but she's just she spends the most money there.
Really?
Greenfarmsmed.com in Colorado Springs.
That's how we treat our crew.
Well, that's, he's an intern, so you got to break him in.
Yeah, you gotta break him down. Break him down. It's like
Just
the
like-
Marines.
He's not
It's like the
listening
Marines,
now.
right? It's like the Marines.
KTI was just
like
posting
it.
on me
He
earlier today.
he turned off.
KTI.
Yeah, I just seen a little post on a like thing on my Facebook from KTI. I was like, the dude's still alive.
Shout out to KTI.
Shout out to KTI.
How were the Phil shows?
Huh?
I'm sure they were great. Phil Lesh played up in Vail. He invited me to go, but we did the Meow Wolf show that night. Green Farms Med in Colorado Springs. Shout out to JW, who grows fire organic cannabis. He has rosin. He has all the different companies' edibles. Amazing, amazing flower. It really is. It stands above. So I'm hoping to see what these guys can do. And you never know. Maybe it'll be sold at Green Farms Med. They take some wholesale. But greenfarmsmed.com, you can place a pre-order and head down there. They are a medical-only dispensary, so you have to have a medical card. You can get that from Dr. Joe. You know what I just realized?
What? Holy what?
I expired right now. I'm not a medical patient.
I expired.
Today.
Oh, wow.
10-1. I expired.
Today?
Dr. Mark, yes.
Best if you.
Oh, shit. I need your help. I'm expired. I'm
getting in trouble
I'm
now.
not a real medical
I should
patient.
get mine too.
gotta
over here.
reapply.
I got 3 other states of medical. I don't know.
I'm going to have to go see Dr. Mark
I think you'll have no problem.
or Dr. Joe. Love you guys. Thank you, JW. You grow fireweed. Greenfarmsmed.com. Buildasoil.com. 855-877-SOIL.
Oh, yeah. If you need the best of amendments or inputs or IPM program or any of those things, you can just go to your one-stop shop, buildasoil.com. Jeremy, who's the owner, is got some great videos up online. You can see they do side-by-sides. He's got no-till compared to he's got a couple different things happening next to each other, which is great. And then also he's a wealth of knowledge, so check them out. Obviously done deal on checkout. And also if you are inside of Colorado or New Mexico and you get over $500, you get free shipping. So you can get some of those big items and not feel like, oh my God, what did I do? How much? But yeah, and you can order from anywhere in the country too, so you don't have to. That's what's great about Build a Soil. They're shipping. You see the video the other day? They're just cranking out shit. Just like,
it's important to point out that if you have questions about maybe how to set up your room, how to get things in line, where you should be putting your lights, laying your drip system, your nutrients, you give them a call. They love everybody who works there grows cannabis. It is a rule. All right, so they can all answer your questions.
It's a rule.
From cannabis to vegetables.
You're fired. You quit. You're fired. Stop growing. What?
Can't you get the?
Show me your camera. Show me the camera of your plants right now with a stamp code. I want to see a timestamp code.
Did you do that to me?
We need
again?
a flower cam in here.
Did you just
a bud cam?
Is that possible that I really might that
We need to
high?
get a bud cam on the table.
You're already high.
I don't know. I could be. But you go to buildasoil.com, 855-877-SOIL. You can give Jeremy or any of their employees a call.
Sir Dirty makes it sound so much more clear.
do you say?
See, he said one of the best educators in the game. Hands down, love his content, so transparent, proves it all. That's what I was trying to say.
Vinny, can you copy that? We're going to use that for our ad right there. That's when we read it.
Write
that one.
Yeah.
Sir Dirty, do you want to write some copy for the show? Because we're thinking about standardizing our ads a little more so that we don't just go hog wild.
Can't do it. It's impossible. We don't know what to do. We have no
if we get somebody who can write something like that we can read.
We'd have to read
that's
it.
from the
That's
heart.
the problem.
That's how we feel, though. He encapsulated it.
Yeah.
That's effort. Look at you. You work 13 hours a day.
No, more.
Yeah, that's
16.
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Who's next?
But that's so I can take the winter off, you know? That's the whole
Ozo coffee. Ozo coffee. It is. Come on. From a breeder's perspective, how can you guys not appreciate single origin bean flown all the way to Colorado from its source?
It'd be impossible not to appreciate it.
Yeah, roasted right here. Well, I can't say right here. Roasted in Boulder, Colorado.
So you know it's fucking hipstered out.
Yeah,
it has an extra hipster.
Stop right there.
Touch of hype.
Go find the Refasa, because that one, I am telling you, it only comes in 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah,
or maybe not even that many times. But right now, it was in last week. You want it. You just want it. It will change everything about what you think about coffee. Really? Go to ozocoffee.com. They ship anywhere in the United States. I'm pretty sure if you order more than $50, use the Dunn deal, you're also going to get free shipping. So that is kind of like a double Dunn deal. Wow. Okay?
Oh, double Dunn deal.
20% off your order and free shipping. My second choice right now would be the Mocha Java. Again, fire bean. They make one roast really dark. It's like Ursa Major. So if you're one of those people who likes less caffeine but a darker coffee, that's the one you want to pick up. Or you can just do like Rosendogs does. He clicks subscription
Wow.
And they just send him random strains, random beans. And he loves it all. I think he had like 6 cups tonight. He says it's his favorite.
I think at least.
Done deal at checkout. Thank you so much, Rebecca and Justin. They also have, 6 or 7 stores right now in Longmont and Boulder. They're everywhere in Boulder now. Love you guys.
Oh,
Apothecary.
Bust it out.
Gelato cake.
What we got?
Let's go.
Mac Mocha. Oh, wow.
Mosa.
What do you got there?
Damn.
Some Mac Mosa.
This is a gelato cake and crescendo sour cookies.
Gelato cake.
Wow. So you go over to Apothecary Extracts. They have 3 locations in Colorado, Pueblo, Denver, and Colorado Springs. You ask for the Dunn deal. You're going to get a gram of this beautiful ambrosia and an infused joint for $25. If you're in Oklahoma, they've got like more locations. I think it's like 6 or 9.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're doing really well. They also process for about 200 different dispensaries here in Colorado. One of them is 14er Boulder. And if 14er uses them, you have to know. They know what they're doing. They're masters of BHO. They're even doing some rosin right now. Go to apothecaryextracts.com, or you can go to any of their stores in Colorado and in Oklahoma. Soon to be everywhere. I'm quite confident of. Next. Papa Select, look, I'm sporting the hoodie.
Oh. Yeah, it's a dope hoodie.
Papa Select.
Papa Select, hash, rosin, topicals, fire. Hash is their thing, okay? They love their hash, and they really pride themselves on making fantastic hash. So you can find it in Northern California. I'd be able to show you a clip of their lounge. They actually have a smoking lounge, but I don't know if you guys heard. Mark didn't want to stop. He drove past it. It was right there. Could have gotten some great bee footage. Like just stop for like, even if it was closed. Could have pulled up.
But wasn't he out in Cali with this lady?
Yeah, he was out there and didn't even want to stop.
He was with this lady, though, right?
It would have been. He could have showed off.
They have a spa there.
Yeah. A spa.
Oh, really?
Spa.
Yeah. So I would have went to breakfast. I would have went to breakfast.
I would have been there the
I
whole
would have said, let's have breakfast. Let's pull over.
Let's come back.
Exactly.
Get some breakfast. Go back there in a couple hours.
Because it would be important to the show.
Totally.
Well, yeah, and he would have been doing, but thinking about the show while he was there. But he doesn't even think about the show
when he's sitting here.
He doesn't think about the show. So we know.
It's not. He's thinking about his turntables.
So thank you, Boris, at Papa Select.
Together's mix.
Yeah, he's getting funky.
If anybody's in California right now and you stop by their lounge, can you take some pictures for us?
Diamonds and sausage.
Diamonds and sausage.
Shout out to
Suburban House Radio.
Oh wait, what did we just do? We just went to Numb Nuts and Treasure. There we go.
Oh,
Numb Nuts.
What happened? Numb Nuts.
Oh yeah, fire.
Peanut
I need
butter.
some of that peanut butter. I know.
Peanut butter's great, but the nuts.
You take drugs, Danny? Every day.
Every day.
The nuts are really good.
Every day.
The nuts are spicy. They have a spicy one. That's one of the first ones we had, and they were fucking good.
I'm just a big fan of their peanut butter. The THC peanut butter.
Well, who's not a fan of the peanut butter? Come on.
It hits like
I think it's a great delivery system because it's oil. It's like oily as fuck.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Like
perfect.
And it's a good peanut butter. It's not like some swag.
It's like that chocolate that you ate that you think
wasn't
very strong, and now all of a sudden it's strong.
No, I know.
Yeah, then it just kicks in. It's just like, wow.
It's not strong.
Nah, well, I mean,
he's got more. Don't you worry.
First of all, I'm not worried.
Numbnutsco.com.
Shout out to Adam.
Shout out to Adam Weiss.
Me.
Oh, to you.
No, Adam Weiss, of course.
14er Boulder. Go to 14erboulder.com. Place your pre-order. You cannot show up and try to shop inside.
Restrictions.
It's the way Boulder is right now.
A butt plug there. Wasn't that
a butt plug of rosin. Rosin dogs. Did you see that? Go back.
Go back. Rosin dogs. There you go.
That's for you. The butt plug of rosin.
That's straight up.
You boof that right there.
Default profile pic.
Yeah.
Yes.
That should be. Yeah. You should screenshot that.
That's the new YouTube.
Cut it out. And put that as your
hats, t-shirts, slabs.
$1 million.
Last week they had the Truth on the shelf, which is their flagship strain. It is it's a pretty old Jamaican sativa, very enjoyable.
Okay, we can move on from the butt plug.
Yeah, we can move on.
And we can move on.
Rosin's on fire right now there. They make edibles. Their edibles are actually single strain edibles. So you can, if you like The Truth or you like DJC, you can get it in an edible. They also have little flint pods, live rosin. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Buy the flower, though. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. It's one of those, you don't expect it to be so good in a dispensary in Boulder, but it really is. You don't have to put mine up there.
They're consistent. That's the good part, which is important. I think that's the key to
I'm the boss.
All good growers is that if you can be consistent, and whether you're just a personal grower or a shop or whatever, it makes up for a lot of things. Like some people can come out with just like one shot wonders, like, oh my God, it's great. And then the next time it's swag. And it's like, you don't, and shops especially, because if you go there, like Amsterdam was classic for that shit, where you'd go in and you'd be like, oh my God, it was so good. And you go back, not even like remotely the same shit. You know what I mean? Just like some bullshit. They wouldn't even label it. They'd have it all under the thing, and they'd be like,
"That's why."
So what do you want? And you'd be like that, and you'd be like, "What do you want?" And it was like the same shit. It was just like, okay, this guy's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, I'm a proud papa. Jonah, my son, is one of the growers there, and he works his ass off. Okay, he's a hard worker. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, guys.
There you go, $25
$25 an hour.
You have to pay him more than that. Trust me now on that one. 14erboulder.com. Thank you, guys. Fish.
Hey.
Shit. Oh, wait, let's give away a liter.
How many hands does your son have? Does he have 4? Because we'll pay him a double.
Oh.
If he has 4 hands.
Wow. He has a 98% clone rate.
Really?
Yeah, to harvest. That's pretty fucking good. But is anybody, somebody, let's give away a liter of fish to somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat.
Who wants it?
Who wants it? Who? So we're going to ask a question here.
Are we?
Who's better looking, Uncle Andy or Strappy McStraptor?
Wow. Look at you.
There's no wrong answer. So who wants the liter of fish it? Come on, first person to chime in. I know I'm 30 seconds behind what you're seeing.
Hey, we went through 200 liters of fish it over there.
200 liters. Come on, who wants it? First person in there is going to win it.
Got the old buck or the young sow here,
We should be coming to live right now. Does anybody want the liter of fish it? It is an amazing soil additive. I'm watching people use it. Use it at home.
Oh, Strap is getting all the fucking love. Look, Strap.
Yeah, I would totally.
Rosin dogs, though. I don't know if that really.
Strap's taking his phone out right now to try to.
Yeah.
You should be typing in.
Yeah, so Rosin dog wants to win some fish shit. Forget about it. You're not winning shit.
Yeah, you can't win it.
Get that 50% done deal.
Yeah, you sell it.
No, Rosin Dogs does not get a liter of fish. All right, Uncle Andy. Yeah, JP.
Hey, someone.
That's the guy who wins.
Hey, yeah.
See,
thanks, JP.
Strap was all. That was all.
Who you
bullshit.
are, but I appreciate it.
Strap.
Another one.
Gorski,
my boy.
That's it. So yeah, you got your friend.
Who won?
And Rosin Dog.
I missed who won. Whoever won.
JP.
JP, send in an email to dundeal@adamdunshow.com. Tell us who you are.
You're going to play the boss.
Congratulations, JP.
Uncle Andy.
I'm the boss.
That's why he wins.
Thank you, guys.
That's why.
So go to fishheadfarms.com or @fishhead on Instagram. You can enter Done Deal at checkout, and you're going to get 25% off your order.
25.
Shout out to Tommy Fox.
Shout out. Definitely.
You got to say shout out to Tommy Fox.
Shout
Shout out to Tommy Fox.
That dude jumps out planes like 5 days a week.
I know.
He's out of his gourd. I'm just telling you right now.
Adam jumps out of planes on this show sometimes.
Thrown Adam out of a plane.
Sometimes.
Runs out of planes.
But yeah, he's definitely avid into his.
He's loving that.
Terpwipes.com. No, sorry. Terpwipes.com/Done Deal. You cannot just enter terpwipes.com. Got to have the /Done Deal, and it's going to calculate your discount for you at checkout.
And just get a subscription of between like this and Ozo Coffee are two things.
That's all, you have to have it.
If you have those two things, you're set from front to back. Use them like that. If you want to use them that way.
To back. Good. You got the directional
if you want to use them, yeah.
Don't do back to front.
Yeah, that didn't even do nothing to me, man.
Yeah, no, that'll burn. Okay, you don't.
Wow, look at Mike DiGio. He's fucking. He's turned you guys into Frankenstein. He wants Strap's face on Andy's body.
Mike B.
All right. Don't show your face in here again.
Yeah.
You should leave right now. Close the door. Holy shit. Don't close the door. It's smoky.
Franken Grover.
Oh, gosh. Turpwipes.com/Dundeal.
I mean,
thank you guys.
Yeah, Turp wipes rule. They do. And for traveling, they're awesome because, otherwise I would leave a trail of destruction everywhere I go.
We use this to clean up the table in New York, which we had swagged out, man. I mean, it was collecting dust. You could see the dust collecting because there were glops all over the table. Cleaned it right up. 2 Turp wipes.
I'm gonna need a couple of those because there you go. Thank you.
Illuminar.
We have a shortage here in Moffat on the Turp wipes.
Shout out to Illuminar. I got my 8 lights.
They finally delivered?
It's not they finally. It wasn't them. They sent it to a company.
Yes, there was ever that Swaggy McSwag company that wound up having to deliver to you. And if you guys see where Adam lives, he lives down a dirt road.
No, it's because
down another dirt road.
It's because they had all of our emails on their thing, and they were like contacting you, and you were just like whatever. And then all of a sudden they were like, oh, so we're delivering.
They were contacting. I saw the emails. I ignored it.
Anyway,
I ignored. Oh, good.
So in general, I got them, but I haven't been having enough time to even. I got one. I hung up one, and it was like, yeah, this is going to be amazing. So I'll have a full lowdown next week with fresh new lights in. But yeah, shout out to those guys. It's like Christmas. I came back, and there they were. Big pallet just sitting there. Really? Nice. Yeah.
No, shout out to Illuminar. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for coming on the show.
Nice. Yeah. And for the merch. The merch is sick.
Yeah.
T-shirts. I
gotta check that.
Oh yeah, Matt was wearing an Illuminar shirt today.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Represent.
You see your buddy. Shout out to Mario.
Andretti.
Shout out to Mario.
Shout out to Mario.
Shout out to Mario.
I don't know who Mario is, but shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah, and no, they
not yet. We're going to be giving away a lamp at the end of the month. Okay,
yeah. You
have 3 weeks. We're gonna do another 3 shows. We're going to give away a lamp. It's free. All you have to do is send an email to dundeal@adamdunshow.com and know the word of the month. And it's easy to find it on Instagram because it's going to be a post that Adam, Mark, and I are tagged
in. What you want to send is just a simple why you need that light.
Yeah.
And because it'll be a IL4, was it? Or
No. It isn't it the clone?
Yeah, it's a clone. Oh,
it's the clone only. And which we fucked up. We were supposed to really talk about how that 18W last week, that it is... They are really pushing that as that's the light you want to clone with,
right?
And that's the moniker for it. I don't know if we're giving another one of those away, but
I think so.
We'll know.
The thing is, if you want to do anything in this industry, you got to start with good, healthy plants, and that's like where it all starts. So if you can get that environment dialed in, then that makes everything else just kind of flow like easy.
Absolutely.
Whereas if you have like a struggling to start, it's just like anything. It's going to all come out in the end. You'll be like, oh, yeah, that was why that thing's stunted.
You're playing catch-up.
Yeah, you have to play catch-up.
You don't want to play catch-up.
Exactly.
It never really catches up either. It never hits that stride like you're talking about, you know. Once you stunt it, it's stunted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know it.
So dundeal@adamdunshow.com.
15% off on everything from Illuminati.
That's right. That's right. We got it on. We have it on camera.
Oh, yeah, we have it
when we were here.
Yeah.
You have to include your phone number.
Not only did we fuck up giving away the light live, which is cool. That's all good.
Past par, pushing past par.
Yeah, we did.
And you can't. It's not that.
Nice.
That's not Mike Grow. We know it is not the word of the month. There's going to be a new word of the month.
Yeah, there's going to be a new one. So don't use that.
Don't use that.
It's not going to be far right either. It only worked twice. It only works twice.
Pushing past par.
Fooling me twice. Shame on somebody. Fooled me 3 times.
Can't get fooled again.
Completely ridiculous. Yeah. So no, in general, just word of the month will change. Keep an eye out on the Instagram account.
And if you've won a lamp, please send us some photos. We'd really love to see your plants. Okay, that the proof is in the pudding.
It's always nice to see.
We did have pudding in New York, yes.
Oh, and so
Seeds here now.
Seeds here. Oh, did we ever get a link out to him or what?
He's not going to call in.
Huh? You did? Okay.
James Bean, call in. I'm going to text you right now. You might be in Mazatlan or something.
The whole show going to explode.
Yeah, Bean's down on the.
Okay. So,
were you saw him on the chat?
I talked to him last night.
Okay.
And, so he seemed like he was really going to come on this time.
All right.
Of course, it was last minute, like usual.
He has an iPhone, so it says delivered.
All right, we'll see. But anyway, besides that, James Bean, man on the scene, is running Seeds Here now. And for, I don't know, it's getting close to 10 years now or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while.
10 years.
That's right. 10-year anniversary, I think. So, yeah, he's been killing it. He's got 70-plus breeders in the corral. They're all copacetic with each other, which is interesting because normally when you can get that many egoed out.
Yeah. Naming things after themselves.
Ooh, yeah, exactly.
Or a podcast.
No.
Yeah, you can name a podcast after yourself, but the naming a strain after yourself is a totally different
What's wrong with that?
You naming it after yourself?
I didn't name that after myself.
There you go. So you're okay.
I'm saying I didn't mean you. I
What are you talking about?
Hey, where's the DJC? You never bring any DJC down here.
Oh, look at that.
Let's see that flower. See, this is where we need the flower cam, man.
Came on with a challenge.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, Ras and Doug's flower cam.
Through your
Fifth time we mentioned it today.
What did he do?
I hope it's in the mail.
No, he Rosendogs called me out, man. Listen, I thought you paid for the rub and tug for me. I didn't know I had to pay. So if they're coming to you to try to collect, man, that's on you, man. Okay? It's just on you. That's all I can say.
Collect?
The next door. The rub and tug next door that's apparently...
So the can is childproof, so everyone watch Matt have trouble getting into it.
You gotta line those up. You gotta line the little nibs up.
Line them up.
That's my last can of DJC. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
I got it.
Shout out to 14er.
Last can, what? Did they give you like a ration or something?
Give me?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
What do you
Your
mean?
name's on it.
Hey, can I pop it?
Of course.
All right.
All right, this is a strong chocolate. I ate below the nose.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to eat more now, though.
Eat the whole thing.
No, look at that. Crunchy crunch.
He's looking at me like, holy shit. like Tommy John looked at cheese.
Those were the mushroom chocolates, not the cannabis ones. That was.
Oh, well.
That's okay.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
He's a bad influence on me. What can I say?
Well, I mean, let's
Or a
not.
good influence.
Well, that's the whole thing. Don't give it a.
No, I enjoyed those
Call
mushrooms.
it an influence.
So, James, I don't know if you're listening, but if you are, you can jump in. You can jump on in.
Oh, wait.
Like
Yep, James, come on.
What do you say?
It's so late. You're even broadcasting, ? Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not that late. Of course you're broadcasting.
Just say it's just like Matt Damon on the
Why, it's not going to come through, you think?
Jimmy Kimmel show.
Nice.
Okay, so here, send them.
Right on. He was posting something about a what do you call it?
What's that?
He said he was having some kind of auction or something. I think he
Every day at
posted something
420, he's always dropping something.
No, this sounded special.
It is. It is. He had all sorts of announcements and stuff.
He had all sorts of announcements.
Yeah.
Adam will
Andy's
send
on
to
it,
him.
man.
Andy's on it.
I like James, man.
Do you need some help there?
I
Get that?
Got it.
Right on. What do you think?
Looks good. Smells good. DJC. 14er.
What is it anyway? Like, do you know what the genetics are behind it?
It's The Truth by Deadhead OG.
And what's the truth?
That's a Jamaican sativa.
Huh.
They call it a land race, but I don't think so.
Well, Jamaica's not like there's no.
I was just gonna say there's no land race in the Caribbean. It all
came from.
It came from Colombia.
Huh?
They think it came from Colombia.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, so I sent him the number, so we'll see if he goes there. But yeah, he's auction is going to be coming back on and like proper this time, where it's
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they had it a while ago, but it was always just a pain in the ass. And
But didn't he say he's getting like he had some like some seeds that he'd been gonna release for his like some kind of stash because he had like a 10-year thing or something or the other?
yeah, he's been keeping 2 packs of everything
That's what
he
it is.
sells.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And he's going to keep one, so might be like one of this, one of this, one of this. So if there's only 2 and he eats things he only can't, he definitely can't get again. So there'll be a shitload of stuff though.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Singles. So keep your eye on that phone there, Vinny Bagadonuts.
Vinny Bagadonuts.
Vinny Bagadonuts.
Vinny Barbarino.
So
Barbarino.
shout out to Treasure.
Colorado
Forgot
420.
We forgot Treasure.
Treasure.
Yes, we forgot PD over in Treasure. If you're in Barcelona, if you're lucky enough to be there,
Barcelona. I've been there since 2005.
you can head over to our friend's spot. Treasure.
You'll save yourself 30 euros.
You can get free entry.
It's like $40.
Yeah. So it's and it's just access to a really cool spot. They have also some amazing artists that come through there and change the place out all the time. So it's a really dope spot and good coffee.
Good coffee is important.
Yeah, he appreciates it. So and if you're there, say hi to our buddy there. Say hi to Petey's. Tell me what you want that joint.
Give me the joint.
Give me the joint.
Give me the joint.
Nobody gets hurt.
Do we have somebody else? Did we miss anybody else? I think, well, obviously Area 420, where we're hanging out right now.
Yep, ColoradoArea420.com. That's where you can find us on the website, Instagram, Colorado Area 420, Facebook, Colorado Area 420.
Give him the elevator pitch there.
$250,000.
Wait.
May seem like a lot of money, but it is a small barrier of entry.
$1 million.
That's a lot less than that. It's the lowest barrier of entry to get into the cannabis industry in the state of Colorado.
It's a cool place to be, man. I like it here.
See that train we're flying into? That's us.
We're
in the train, but
we're
it's all
green now.
It's all green now.
It's green now.
It could be green screened.
It could be rough at times, but overall the community, everything. I mean, everything about this place is pretty cool. There's some times that are pretty. That's like it's tough, like with the weather and the elements at times, but. You've got a strong community. You can usually bring in labor. You can usually have people help you out that are going to pull through and get you to the finish line.
I bring bagels once a month. So
yeah, and everyone knows it's Croptober, so it's time to grind. It's time to harvest. Like it's time to turn it on, man, and get to the end and get it cured and get it sold.
Well, and it's one of those. It's a struggle all around, no matter how you look at it, especially when you're starting on bare earth, compared to like coming into some place.
First time growing on that in a while, other than just like Chico and native brush.
Right. And, but you can also see like between just this shot and now how much this happened, you know what I mean?
It's crazy, man.
So it's just going to keep going more and more. So it's definitely a unique situation. And I'm totally stoked to be part of it because it's definitely, I think, the most progressive thing happening in the state for sure. Because like everything else is kind of going towards like cookie cutter, consolidated. Mom and pops get bought out, gets turned into like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 little sort of mini chains.
Yeah.
Its own little city, kind of like here, like phase 1, and then phase 2 will be the same way, and then phase 3 will be its own little cannabis metropolis, if you will.
There you go.
Looking forward to announcing the breaking ground of a hotel out here soon.
Cool. Yeah, your dude was cool.
He's gonna do it.
So the whole it's going to be this.
That's awesome,
this is going to be such a cool community, and It'll be interesting to see how it changes the landscape of the area, because
it already has.
No, it already has, but it will. It's interesting too how people don't pay attention to things that are really happening around them a lot of times, and then one day all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute.
That's starting to happen now. It's basically kind of created a little engine of its own, and it's just kind of building and building.
Yeah. Oh, we got James.
We got some fucking technical difficulties, I guess, huh?
Nah, not really. Just rolling with the punches as we always do.
I'm sitting out here in the fucking waiting room. I'm sitting out in the fucking waiting room waiting for the host to start this meeting. It says.
What?
Oh, Vinny.
Yeah.
Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone wants to fucking let me in, I can go. You know what I mean?
Oh, shout out to MTI.
We got it all worked out now. How you doing?
I'm not going to say anything because I know I usually say something and then
Besides
he
that-
doesn't call back for 3 months.
Yeah, besides all that stuff.
Good.
How's it rolling?
Good. Just good to sit out here in the waiting room. Just figured out, what's going on.
You know, who doesn't want to sit in the waiting room? Isn't that like a highlight of most people's days?
Quarantine.
Like I got to sit.
Well, if it was like a DMT waiting room, it'd be different. So I could enjoy myself.
Yeah, but it would only last 15 minutes anyway, right? So
5 minutes if I'm lucky.
Tell us about the auction. People want to hear about your auction. They want seeds now, here now.
I want to hear about 15-minute DMT. Jesus, that's like a 20-minute rub and tug.
That's raw. That's some raw.
Wow. I think you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. Well,
20 minutes. Wow.
Andy's like, who has 20 minutes? I got to work.
Yeah.
What's up, Andy?
Hey, man. Good to talk to you, man. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, so what's going on is basically over the past, we pride ourselves in customer service. If I sold you the pack, you're upset with it, or you've had a situation with it, you're going to come back to me. And I'm hopefully going to be able to, fix that situation. The best way to fix that situation is if I had another pack just to give you right back. And so in order for me to do that, I've set aside 2 packs of everything I've ever sold. Always had 2 packs, one for me and one to replace something if a customer was upset. And so over the years, I've been doing this for 10 years, I've now built up a small vault of gear that I've had set aside to wait to replace these items that I purchased. I set aside in case the customer has a situation with it. So basically, any gear that I have left means nobody has to. If I don't have it anymore, that means a customer had a problem with it, so I've used it for replacement. So I don't have a copy to say that strain. But if I have it, that means that strain was tried and true. I had no situations with it. So much so that I still have my 2 copies. So to say my two packs.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
That's a good way to know, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, and I can't pack everything. I mean, I can't pop everything. I've got so many beans. I can't. I'll never get through them all. And so we're auctioning them off. SHNauctions.com. SHNauctions.com. SHNauctions.com.
Wow, you know the trick.
Just wait, does SHN stand for
3 times now they're over. Now, what'd you say? Anyway, I forgot what you said.
SHNauctions.com.
Nice.
Calm. You have to do it echo. You have to make an echo.
SHNauctions.com.
Yep. And on there, you'll see that we have a bunch of stuff going on. It goes for 2 weeks. We'll list probably 10 or 15 new items every week. Keep it fresh. We have there's a no sniping rule, so you can't be outbid in the last 5 minutes. Then somebody you have a chance to rebid again.
No sniping.
No sniping. Yeah. Do you have any G13?
Oh yeah. There's some up there for sure.
Shut the fuck up. So, nice. Look, there you go. There it is. Look, the vault. The vault.
I can't see. I'm in the waiting room. I have no.
No, you're not. You're on a phone line, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
Another chat.
It's all right. It's fine. We see your photos. No, we see your promo with your little.
Nobody wants to see you. They want to see your beans. Oh,
scroll down. Look down.
Look down.
No.
Oh, yeah. Keep scrolling. Scroll on my beans.
We are scrolling.
Scrolling all over my beans. And then she scrolled over. Nice.
So what is the Dunn deal at Seeds Here Now?
That's easy now. I think it's 10% off your order.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we know 10% off.
But you can't combine it with other deals.
If it's on special,
so that was where people get confused. So then people would say it's not working, and I'm like, was it a deal? Oh yeah, say that.
It was a 2-for-1, man. I tried to get an extra 10% off. No.
Yeah, we don't. It's called stacking coupons. Although it's legal that you can stack medical cards, which I'm pro about. Yes, you can have a lot of stacking medical cards.
Stack those up.
Stack them
but we cannot stack coupons. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right. Got it.
Stack up to 99, by the way.
I'm just wondering, Do you carry brain strap genetics yet?
I'm not sure. There's a search bar right there on top. Real handy.
Yeah.
And you type that in.
Nice. Punch it in. Nothing popped up. Hey, it says nothing.
All out.
And if we don't have the exact cross, then I'll pull up anything we have that's in the cross.
What?
So, yeah.
Oh, he thought Brainstrap was a cross. No, Brainstrap is a.
He's an up and coming breeder.
He's an up and coming breeder. He's
he's one of Adam's proteges.
He's like one of the boy bands of he's the boy band of
I think he's
breeders.
blushing.
breeders.
He's blushing. He's red.
Boy band.
Boy band of breeders.
He got some dance moves, so you know you're not
He can beard back, man.
He can do he can moonwalk.
Wow.
James
Like
Bean,
that.
thank you for getting in touch.
Oh, speaking of boy bands,
I don't know where you're going.
I'm not going to say that. I was going to say thank you for getting us in touch with Massive Seeds, because it is one of my favorite Instagram feeds to watch.
I was going to say there are some big fucking plants coming out in Southern Oregon.
Holy
Those guys are just crushing it this year.
Crushing it.
Bitcoin is up 9%.
Yeah, not as much smoke as last year, probably, or something.
Yeah, and then the smoke, and then the weather conditions are better. And I mean, I haven't been there, obviously, so I can't speak firsthand about it. But just from the photos I'm getting and some of the field reports, there's going to be some major weight coming down in Southern Oregon. Just really big fucking plants.
That west of Methford.
Yeah,
Methford.
Yeah, you know, if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking. I live
That
in
place is a
Eugene.
fucking wrack.
Yeah, that would be the capital of Jefferson State.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Which needs to happen. I'm pro Jefferson State, Northern California and Southern Oregon combined.
Right.
There you go.
So is there going to be a pop-up booth for Seeds Here Now anywhere coming up soon, now that the conference scene is coming back online? I know there was I know you're not big on California, but they're coming in other places, especially New York's going to be having a conference soon.
So it makes me a sad thing, Jimmy, but the trade shows sort of came back, and then they disappeared again. And then for the audience that knows Indo Expo, of course, right? It's a favorite show of ours. We all go to it. So Indo Expo was thrown by Chris and Stephanie, and they did it there. They have a contract with Denver Mart, I believe, for 10 years. The bad thing, then Indo Expo was going to be in Chicago about a week ago. It came up on my calendar. We were supposed to be in Chicago, and they canceled it like 3 weeks ago. So kind of a killer, kind of bad news, unfortunately. But so Chris, who was part of Indo Expo, passed away. Oh. You guys have had him on the show. He was a friend of the Dunn show. He was a good guy. Yeah. I don't know what exactly he passed away of. About 3 weeks or a month ago, 3 weeks before the show, he had passed away. So, and that was and they had shows on the radar, and now I don't know, since that's been canceled, even more stuff has been canceled.
I thought the family kind of pulled the plug on everything and just said fucking fired everybody and just said sorry.
That's what I
don't have a clue. I was floored when it happened. I don't have a clue. I was like, man, because we had worked with Chris quite extensively as far as doing breeder panels and setting up stuff with him in booth trades, and he was good guy. Yeah. That show was well organized. It was always good show to attend. Some of these shit shows are just a mess. You know what I mean? And their show's always clean and classy and set up and ready to go.
Oh, and they had the hemp. They had the whole hemp section, and they really out here for sure they were doing some good stuff.
It was the first show I ever attended that they really showed the industrious side of the hemp industry. They had large equipment outside. I mean, things you can really see that you weren't going to walk a 100-acre field.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So they were doing, they were on the radar, started doing more shows and whatnot, but now that's back off, and we don't have anything booked as far as that goes. And I saw you guys were in New York. I know that they're probably doing some stuff, but as long as this COVID still floats around, they're shutting shit down, they're shutting shit up, and nobody wants. I mean, these trade shows they're an expensive money, of course, but you're looking at laying out, airplane fees and hotel rooms and all that shit, and hoping that the public will be there. And so, like, I know the last show we did, we took a loss on because there wasn't, a ton of people there. So that's what these promoters are running into. I'm sure the people that are planning events.
Yeah, it's definitely harder. I mean, it's funny because at the same time, people are super hungry for things. So I feel like there's going to be the moment where it's like it's not a problem and people are more.
And to that note, I'd like to in the future get with you, but I know that they're doing the Cowboy Cup here again in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
Oklahoma once again, they don't give a fuck.
The Cowboy Cup don't give a fuck. Cowboy Cup don't give no fucks.
Cowboy Cup don't give no fuck.
That was the first show that I attended here last year as a resident of Oklahoma. They're doing it again this year. It's a really well put together cup. They're having the judges. They're going through a judging course, if you will, by Swami. So that just kind of how to, but it's really pretty cool. I like to see him on and just get his side of how he's perceiving it. You have a lot of vendors. Does he have a lot of high state vendors? Mm-hmm. Wonder what's going on that side of it. But we are attending that one. That's in December.
Okay.
Usually right now, since we just thankfully we just made it out of Rip Timber, so that's good. We're sitting in Croptober,
right?
Looking at smooth sailings. Hopefully we got their shit stolen.
Yeah,
they're still climbing the walls.
Oh yeah, they're still ripping.
I got motion sensors around my property.
Yeah,
all around.
You're a Marine, man. I would.
Yeah, I don't know somebody's on my stuff. I know at all times.
Yeah.
Even sitting right here, right now, I got a Ring doorbell. Both doors.
I love rings. Hey, I invite the CIA in my house.
I've gotten ripped off to me.
I got a Ring doorbell too. Come on in, guys.
Stop.
Come on in, boys.
You gotta
hook up. To eat.
You gotta hook up the Ferris Bueller thing to your ring.
I'm sorry, I can't come downstairs right now. My weakened condition, I could take a spill. Hurt myself. A nasty spill.
So also on the, I don't know. Once again, I'm in the waiting room. I don't have this TV screen out here, but
you sound like me.
You can look at the show. You can look at the show in delay and not know what's going on, but that's fine.
But they don't have the feedback. I have the double.
Oh yeah. Don't do that. That would sound like that would be like the old James Bean, where we had feedback and
well, that's when it was in a super secret location like Mazatlan,
scratchety, all
hiding from the cartels.
It's not a spot you hide from the cartels. Mazatlan.
I don't fuck.
So anyway, also right now we got the auction thing still pulled up. Anything else you want us to pull up? Tell us what else.
So on the seeds here, I see you're on SHNauctions.com.
Yes.
SHNauctions.com. SHNauctions.com. You're on that website. But if you could go to the Seeds Here Now website.com.
Seeds Here Now.com.
Look at it's popping up.
It'll take a minute. It's Vinny, not Mark.
Yeah, it's porn shit.
Oh, you had all those porn links up there, Vinny.
Just opened up. Close the porn link.
I think we're going to Seeds Here Now. We see a lot of words, not a lot of seeds.
Here it comes. Here we go. They're coming right now. Seeds are coming now.
Seeds will be here soon. Very soon. It's just a black screen of seeds.
Blackness.
That's the competitor. Seeds Here soon. I'm Seeds Here Now.
Seeds here.
Seeds here soon. Yeah, you don't want to go to those guys.
That's El Chapo in the Google.
El Chapo. It looks like El Chapo.
It did.
Huh?
I like El Chapo.
Nope, we're back to the auctions. We're having technical difficulties.
It's SeedsHereNow.com.
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 SeedsHereNow.com. There we go. Hey.
Now what? What do you want us to do?
What do you want us to do?
Tell us, sir.
Can we buy something?
Tell me what to do.
Wow. I almost fucking joined in right there.
That was me working.
Don't. No. SeedsHereNow.com.
Yeah. You're allowed to do anything anymore. You just can't do nothing.
You can't do anything. We're on YouTube. We get the you fucked up right when we start the replay.
They will never listen to this far into the show.
What are you talking about? No. They haven't make a person past the first 5 minutes.
I can pretend.
There you go. Look, Adam Dunn.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Dude Grows. That show's great. Podcast. Awesome.
Awesome,
I saw a thing where, so Grow from the Heart, he said his show was number 13 in some weird category, some do-it-yourself category. Oh, we're like 5 million and 5 million.
Yeah, but you're not in a weird do-it-yourself category. You're getting weird do-it-yourself category. You can be number one.
What do we do? What do we do ourselves?
What category?
Sit around and get high. Sit around and get high category.
There you go.
You guys
Jibber
have
jabber.
that fame, that
Jibber
one
jabber.
category.
Oh, jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber.
The jibber jabber fucking category.
Jibber jabber and weed.
Jibber jabber weed.
We're
Number
not
one.
sofa bab category.
Number one.
They got number one in psychotic.
That was psychotic. It wasn't psychotic.
We should be number one in something, right? Number one in really good-looking co-host.
Really not.
No, we're not winning that one. But what if we use Andy's face or Strap's face and Andy's body?
Andy's body. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Haven't you heard?
I know.
That's a good fish shit thing for us. If you could make a fish in a diaper with Andy's body and Strappy McStraptor's face, you will win 5 liters of fish shit.
Wow.
5. That's 500. It's a lot of fucking money. Okay.
Million. You've missed it. You missed
Well, because you might grow the $1 million plant.
Million. Missed it.
Million.
Shit every day.
You missed the idea. Vinny, he's thinking about the next cigarette. He's not thinking about the show right now.
Jibber jabber crew. Jibber jabber.
No. You have to say number one. Number one. Jibber jabber crew.
Number one.
Check this thing working. This thing on. This thing working? All right.
I know you're in the waiting room. It doesn't work in the waiting room.
What's happening?
Yeah, hello. Still here.
We have sales and specials. Sales and specials.
Yeah, we're good. So we're gonna go. We're on that teachnow.com website, right?
Yeah, we're there. We're there.
We're there.
What do you want to buy? Some feminized?
On the on sale page.
On sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're there. We're on it.
We're there.
That was
Got it. Gift cards.
There it is. Sales and specials.
Crypto.
So we got Capulator under $200 a pack. We got Envy under $80 a pack. It's craziness. So October starts. James Dean's Fistful of Freebies.
Fistful of something.
Fistful of freebies.
Fistful of freebies. With ninja sounds.
Smoke weed every day. Yes, thank you. So the Fistful of Freebies, what that is that every month I get in freebies from my breeders. They're like, put this with each of my pack. Every pack that goes out, take this 5-pack with it. Put this with that, match it 1-for-1. And so what I'm doing is every month I'm going to take one of those from each of my breeders, and every 2 months we're going to give away the entire lot. So if I got 10 different packs, it's going to be 10 different freebie packs from 10 different breeders, and every order gets a raffle ticket. And then you email me with that raffle ticket number. You email the raffle with the raffle ticket number. Then we do a random drawing.
Double raffle.
And it has to do a double raffle, believe it or not, because there's no cheating involved. It's kind of like double blind with your.
Are these on the blockchain?
Yep.
Are these raffles on the blockchain?
Yes, they're full NFTs.
Nice.
So
full
NFTs. All right, now you get NFT with everything. Oh, nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. I'm cutting edge, bro. Fucking cutting edge.
Cutting edge.
So, so each month you'll enter the raffle, we'll pick a winner, and that person gets all 10 packs of the freebies for that month.
Holy shit.
Next James Dean's Fistful of Freebies.
And you could just win by sending it in. You don't have to send a fish diaper photo or anything like that?
No asinine shit like that at all.
Oh,
asinine.
Wow.
Oh, motherfucker!
Wow.
Yeah,
all right, so our new sponsor seats here yesterday.
It was after hours.
So the Fistful of Freebies, that's going. And then, of course, the auction site is going.
Then.
And there's, of course, all that, this month, so the fall edition of the Fistful of Freebies is Zarfire from Muerta, Lemon Grab by Soulfire, Bahama Mama by Soulfire, Drip V2 by Envy, Daiquiri by Sin City, Musty Buffalo by Exotic, Busy Drank by Exotic. Musty Buffalo, okay?
Yeah. You can't just walk past the Musty Buffalo. You got to just stop and take it in.
Stop on the Musty Buffalo.
Yeah, you got to stop and just waft.
Not unless, of course, you're looking at orangutan titties.
Strappy's been looking for the titty terps.
Like, Musty Buffalo terps?
Your opinion,
Musty Buffalo terps.
Are we in a disco?
Musty Buffalo terps.
Smells like jerky and despair.
The orangutan titties is a winner, straight up.
Yeah.
Skittles times Grease Monkey.
Always. Orangutan titties.
I was a little bit scared though with the Gorilla Glue cross with all the HLVD coming up and all the talk about the viroids and all that.
So who's speaking right now? Who's talking? This guy's
Strappy McStraptor.
That's young Buck. Young Buck.
That's the breeder you don't carry.
Yeah, the guy.
Well, he knows what he's talking about. He just mentioned very good things. But
good things. See, there you go. Very good, young grasshopper.
So if you don't know HLVD, fucking research it right now. It's real.
He's holding it on his Google. He's on the phone right now researching.
He's really quick on the Google. He's a young kid.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then it was documented in 2014
So does it transfers into the crosses and stays in the beans or what?
As it is now, yeah. That's what fucking Sea Junkies told me. That's what Mo has told me. So I know of an order that was shipped to Amsterdam that had a final sanitation certificate, and it still got through, and it had HLVD on it.
Damn.
So they're not checking shit. They're just like, whatever, give us that money.
I've read that the transmission rate is like 8 to 10%, right? Somewhere around that range.
If not easier, it's if you're topping plants, like even if you're just using your fucking fingernails, you can transmit it. You top one plant and then go top another plant, you just infected that other plant.
Damn.
So if you use the same scissors to top things, or if you use the same scissors to trim one up, like each time you use it, you need to use a new pair of scissors, and you can't use rubbing alcohol to clean it. It's a viroid. Rubbing alcohol just fucking keeps it around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Kills everything else. Makes a nice breeding environment
Preserves.
for it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but it's real. It's. I've heard. I want to say even Mojave is quoting him, but it's.
He's the first person. He's the first person that I know who like kind of clued me in on it before, because Cali definitely got hit first as far as.
Well, and I don't think it's got hit first. It got found first. It's put out there, and it just was. I mean, it's just they weren't looking for it, and then once they started looking for it, they're like, "Oh fuck, this is it." And of course, it expresses itself more so in an indoor environment in an accelerated growth pattern. You know, somebody pushing their fucking crop indoors is going to have a problem with it. Well, that's what we're doing now. We're seeing large grows with accelerated growth patterns fucking pushing their ECs up, trying to get more out of the plants. And the plants are freaking out and throwing their viroid, and the viroid is coming back and saying, okay, I was dormant, now I'm here to fucking deal with it.
Damn.
And for people who don't know, what we're talking about is hop latent viroid. It's what we referred to back in the day as the dudding gene.
The dudding.
When shit wouldn't root on you, it lost its terps, lost its weight, lost its yield. And then you get from one.
Got smaller, everything got smaller.
What they would call genetic drift,
Exactly.
And one of my guys, he's since he found it, or he found it in his grow, and he since has tried to wipe it out. He's got a good handle on it, but he bought clean clones from a facility and grew them. He's like, dude, it's just fucking night and day. He's like, it's the clean ones are so much more vigorous, and actually Obsolete. We all know Obsolete franchise, Orange Cookies, excellent fucking one of my top listed breeders, excellent guy. He will be coming to market with the first certified clean seed crop, because as we discussed earlier, it's transmittable through seeds.
Does he have your orangutan titties?
He does not. That'd be an exotic strain.
Come on, Dave.
He does have alien orange cookies, though.
How about G13?
No. So, but that's it. It's a real thing. So what Mo had said, his comment that kind of freaked me out was, it's the worst thing that happened to cannabis since Prohibition. And I was like, fuck, that's a statement, dude. Like, that's, Prohibition was bad, and you're Mojave, so fucking you're saying something like that means it's pretty serious.
Mm-hmm.
So, and one of the first confirmed cases was on Gorilla Glue, which we know is the biggest whore, and everybody passed that thing around to every single grow. I mean, I don't know who hasn't grown that.
In 2014, right?
Correct. 2014 is when it was done, and it's an RNA. So it's the real deal. It's a problem if you don't have it. I mean, one of the case studies we use, or one of my guys that I did a report on it. My first guys, he happened to win all my auctions all the time. Like he was that kind of a grower. Where his lab coats in his facility was a cleaner than I was as a grower. Just spotless, really good, clean grow. And he had brought it in accidentally on a Girl Scout cookie cut in 2015, he believes, and it transferred over to the rest of his crop and moved down the way. And then they didn't really get into it until him and his lead grower were getting into it, because they're like, what's wrong with this plant? Like, we used to get this out of it. It used to have some smell to it. It used to have some problems. He fucking make himself crazy at night trying to figure out what the hell was up. And then it just hit him when I was like, hey, I bet it's this. And he got with my guy, Joseph Amari and Justin Gibbons, DSG Labs. And they do tissue culture. Shout. Because they do tissue culture. Because that's the way you got to kill it. You got to take that thing all the way down to the single fucking node. To the meristem and restart it on your plants once you have it, since it's a viroid. It's smaller than a virus. It's yeah. So that's and the SOP is fairly simple once you understand it and are aware of it. You know what I mean? Like clean your fucking tools. You can't use the same thing one to the next one. Don't let plants touch too much. But I would say probably 80% of the grows out there have it. Yeah. So
there was also there was a kit that came out, or it was like a test thing that came out recently that was like $60 for, I want to say 3 tests or something like that. I'm not sure.
And the problem is that the plant will test differently per section. So you need to do like 3 tests for the plant to make sure it's not it's not any section part. To know that the plants that have come up, your one section of it is fine, the other sections are not. So
then you do your tissue culture from obviously the uninfected areas, and then test.
Yeah, I would bring it down to a single node. I'm not exactly sure how that works. That's up to the scientists, guys. I just know that it's an issue, and I thought at least by seeds everybody would be safe. But with Mojave telling me he knows of a shipment that went through that had the sanitation certificate. I mean, Mojave's word is fucking gold with me. So if he tells me that shit, I believe it.
Well, we obviously need to bring a scientist in and talk about HLVD.
We can get him. I've got the guys. Since we're onto it, and since you guys brought it up, or whoever made the comment earlier brought it up, we've got the guys that can do it. Joseph Amari, who used to work at Dark Heart Labs, Dark Heart Nursery. In fact, it kind of the circle of life. But
they got fucking
expo with us.
Enough experience. Don't have to say.
That'd be cool.
They learned the hard way. But they also had to fight it back from it. You know what I mean? So it's like with we were just talking about earlier about russets. I mean, it's the same thing. Like that went around so hard, and everybody you didn't realize you had it until it was already too late.
I saw some this year already.
Yeah.
On somebody's greenhouse, they got blasted by russets, and they couldn't figure it out. And we put it under a scope, and
you're like, there you go.
Yeah, there they were.
Yeah.
Those things are horrible.
Tell me about it.
The Borg. The fucking Borg.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, we will assimilate you.
Yeah.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah.
Resistance is futile. Burn your fucking room.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Start over.
Just give up. Yeah, give up. Fucking start over. Because I hear it's a fucking journey.
Man.
Change that to beat that shit.
Yeah.
No, Dark Horse wasn't the first to find it, but they were definitely the ones to deal with it pretty hard. And, if you're responsible, because that's a terrible thing about running a nursery or dealing with clones for people is it's like you're just really,
You're the fire.
You're the guy supplying the genetics. So if you're passing anything to people, unknowing to you or not, it's fucking 100% on you. And 100%. And you're just like, and it sucks because there's times where things are going great and everything's rolling along fine, and then you get hit. And if you have a bunch of different growers coming to your place, and they're, who knows what they got. And now you look at a virus like this, and that was totally unknown to us for so long. So imagine if you're cutting away and you're doing, you're going plant to plant and jumping around, doing all the things wrong that you're not supposed to do.
Right.
Just go down a spiral so fast.
TC verified.
Yeah.
Future.
Well, it is. But everybody personally just has to also take their internal work and keep that clean too.
Right.
People don't get it.
And I guess once you've seen it, you see it. It's one of those things.
Exactly. It's like anything. Basically when I brought over clones from the States that had powdered.
Well, you introduced fucking powdered mildew to the UK.
Exactly.
So.
When that's Andy fucking walked into the room with his friend and was like, "Oh, you got fucking peanut." Like they just saw it right away.
Oh yeah, because we saw it all the time in Minnesota.
And they got it all the time in Minnesota, and I really didn't see it ever. I didn't see it at all. And then when I once they explained it to me, I was like, oh my God, now I see it everywhere. And all of a sudden I could not unsee it because it was at that weird phase where it wasn't, it was like those perfect little circles, little rings.
Yeah.
Which is like weird because then it looks like you got goggles on or something. You're like, you look around, you're like, holy shit, they're perfectly spaced. They're like not clustering in over little zones over here. They're like literally 6 inches apart or whatever it is, and like just the whole room, you know. And I was like, oh my God,
how'd that happen?
And that was Sour Diesel and fucking Kush, which are both pretty much PM whores, you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
Especially Sour Diesel.
Yeah.
You know, Kush kind of dealt with it a little better, but
the RBK is a little prone to it.
And so yeah, I know 100% that it was those clones too, because I was like, brought those that had that.
Yep.
And so when you know it, you can never unsee it. You know?
God damn it.
So for sure.
So something cool. I think I might have been talking to Duke the other day, and I think the countdown for him is he's at 52 days.
Right.
So here's the farm, which I'll be adding shortly. They're ex-TGA guys. Pat over here's the farm in Oregon. Really, really good growers. Known for strains like 8541, a couple others, the Obama, or a couple other strains, but they did a cross, Duke's 88G13 hash plant, crossed with TGA Space Dude, the Subcool Space Dude, and made and they're calling it Freedom Fighter because of course Subcool did some jail time for what he did. Duke, of course, is doing some jail time for some bullshit. So he'll be out, and those are it's a 40 pack of seeds. G13 hash plant crossed with Space Dude. It's a 40 pack, and what we're doing with that is, we've raised money for his legal fees and for his jail time, and now with this money, 100% goes to is all donated. But with this money, when he gets out of jail, I'm gonna fly out. I just want to hand him like 20 grand, tell him if I can get to work. Like, here, get to work, to the house, get going, get the trap set up.
Good man.
So, because when you come out of jail like that first time, you're motivated, you got everything going, you've got, he's going to be a fucking whirlwind who comes out with ideas and knowledge and shit. And I believe I've got him writing a book right now of a grow shit. I mean, I would buy a book with all his fucking stories he's got. So he's writing a book how to grow. You'll have that, but yeah, 52 days in the countdown with that. I love that. Duke's a really good dude. Sad to get him back out and get him back to breeding again.
Yeah.
And shout out to thanks to Here's the Farm for doing that Freedom Fighter strain. You can buy that on my website. Of course, seedtunenow.com.
Seedtunenow.com.
So it's a 40 pack, and so that's and those guys are in Southern Oregon. Which, if you go to Instagram and look at Here's the Farm, they've got some 7, 8, 10 footers. Southern Oregon really putting it out right now, I think.
Cool. Another 4-hour show in the books.
As usual.
It's fun out here.
Yeah, well, we drove 3 hours. Might as well make it 4 hours.
What else is there to do out there, right?
Yeah. Keep on talking. Right? Just keep on talking. Okay. And, you need to come out here, though, Mr. Bean.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
we'd love to have you out here, man, definitely.
It's 3 hours from Denver?
Yeah, 3.5.
South.
Yep.
So not towards me in Oklahoma?
No.
No, opposite.
No.
Opposite.
So
fly in.
Fly in and drive down.
Yeah, just fly.
Or you can fly into Colorado Springs or Alamosa.
Yeah, is that closer?
Alamosa is only 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Just south of where we are.
Yeah.
There you go. Give me a little fucking rickety pedal jumper. There I go.
Mm-hmm. It's a little less than that. It's more like a Cessna. You have 4 passengers. 2 of them are the pilots.
Yeah, don't do it in the winter.
Yes, you should come in the winter. They have skis on the plane.
Oh, God.
Thanks, James Bean.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Talk soon.
You guys have a good one.
See, we got through this one, and I didn't say anything and insult him.
No, you barely insulted him.
I did.
Kind of. Usually.
Oh, I didn't.
A little bit. All right, man. Thank you.
Love you. I think he clicked off.
All right.
Strappy
McStrap. Did I mention
Andy?
Uncle Andy.
You said it all, guys.
Ras Moses.
Good show.
That was a good one.
You said it all.
Yeah, it was good.
Too bad.
Bomb time.
Another one in the books.
Dab time?
Yeah, everybody.
Dab 30.
Oh, dab.
Rosin, dab time.
Okay.
Uncut and cut and
Hippo
trimmed and
sour Dutch
and Brazilian and all of you guys.
Oh, Brazilian out.
You guys want one?
Yeah.
You want one from the Puffco or from the Vax Carta?
The Carta, please.
There you go.
Yeah. Cheater.
Would you like the spike protein flavored or the organic?
So let's see. What do we got coming up? We're going to be, we have, gosh, it's October. We're going to be in Vegas in 3 weeks.
3 weeks will be in Vegas with all the other, I heard the best one. MJ JizzCon.
There'll be some area 420 people up there.
Shout out to Shamal.
Or over there, I should say.
It's going. Go ahead.
That's right. I gotta call Shamal. Get some of those packs.
Shamal gave me, because he lives in Vegas sometimes, so he was just like, oh, yeah, of course I'll be there too. I thought MJ JizzCon was a good one.
Can you put us up for? Can you put up 3 of us? We need a place to go. You get us a room. You'll have just harvested. You'll be rolling in it.
Oh yeah.
Andy's gonna get us rooms. Yeah, for sure. Andy's gonna be loaded.
Hey, Vegas is you're worth it, man. Spend the money, enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Treasure Island for you.
If you vote for me, all of
Circus.
your wildest dreams will come true.
Man, we used to go to Vegas all the time when I was stationed in 29 Palms. That was like our playground.
Stationed in 29 Palms.
Yeah. It's like something out of like Devil's Rejects or something.
All right, my friend. So yeah, we're gonna be there, and we're gonna be all over the place. Who knows?
We don't know if we're going to be in Cali for that HAP event.
Is that in October?
No, that's November.
Oh yeah, November. Yeah, we met.
Yeah, but there's an interesting psychedelics conference we can head down to in Miami.
The world is your oyster, dude.
Yeah.
You take drugs, Danny?
Every day.
Good.
All right, guys. I want to thank my beautiful wife and little Cece and little Nick, who we brought our bikes out, so we'll be going riding tomorrow.
I loved seeing him. He was like doing flybys on you, trying to get you to go. Now, Nick, slow down, son.
No, that'll never happen. And shout out to you guys for coming through. Obviously, the crew down here at Area 420, and we'll see all you guys in the chat gang next week.
Shout out to Mark, wherever you are, who didn't want to help me fix the chat thing. So fuck you.
You tried to sabotage us.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I think
he tried.
We're on a mission from God.
That's right. We're gonna make this work no matter what.
No matter what.
No saboteur will take us down. The Adam Dunn Show will prevail.
Shout out to the bro.
Shout out to the bro.
Really shout out.
I got my. I left the honey and the maple syrup in his car that I bought.
No way.
Of course. But I got it.
We stayed at this.
And he sent me some Kinder eggs, which he knows they're like illegal. Illegal. It's like contraband over here.
Well, remember he left his Puffco. Rosendog.
Yeah, we all left everything somewhere. So he felt better knowing that I left. When he found the stuff in his car, he was like, I felt better about leaving my Puffco then because I knew that you left your stuff. So I was like, thank you. That's what I do it for. I do it for you. Shout out to PDX Amazing, obviously.
Oh, there he is.
There he is, right there. He's ready. Oh,
don't sleep on PDX.
He stays up later than I do.
Look at this uncut.
That's Airplane.
Talking to my 9-year-old.
Oh, that's Airplane.
Yeah. Vroom? No.
Vroom?
Johnny?
You're
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Hope not. Thank you, guys. Love the chat.
Obviously, to Vinny Bagadonuts for keeping it together.
Vinny.
Vinny Bagadonuts.
Vinny.
Oh, shit. You know what we forgot
and for
to
the
do?
chocolates.
I forgot to talk to Ras Moses for you. Damn it. Staying over the spot. All right, we'll figure something out. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Another 4-hour episode. Is it 4 hours, 20 minutes? Did we manage to do that?
I don't think so.
I think so. Oh, no, we're actually at exactly 4 hours, aren't we?
Nope.
No, we suck.
We suck.
We suck.
No, we don't. I hope we were entertaining.
4 hours and 20 minutes is what they want, though. They want the long format.
Yeah. No, they want the 9-pound episode.
9 pounds?
Where we consume 9 pounds of cannabis.
That's doable.
That's not.
Yeah, don't forget the dongle. That's the question.
And the bagels.
Bagels and dongles.
Bagels and dongles.
All right. Shout out to Uncut Bush. See you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.
And Rosin Dogs, of course.
Top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record album.
I'm Spike, and you know when I'm driving down Route 9W, stop at Dickens.
We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it lamb's bread, and some people call it ganja.